Hello, everybody. It's so good to see you all. Thanks for joining us this afternoon for the Squad of Copper adventure, put on, hosted by the Dungeon Scrawlers, and in honor of Extra Life, donate for the kids. We're so glad to have you here and joining us for this adventure. We will be playing in a small town with a bunch of children. Our cast here are going to be playing a bunch of children running around, getting up to hijinks, and trying desperately to not get grounded. Uh, Before we dive into things, as noted at the end of the last adventure that you just watched, right, we're doing a giveaway, so please post into the stream exclamation point ticket to get your name in there for potentially a set of dice or a gift certificate. And also, please go ahead and donate. We have a bunch of fun incentives for this game, including one example, forcing these kids to give very moody monologues over the course of our adventure, or potentially having their parents look for them. So please donate as we go along here. Before we get into our adventure, I'll start by introducing myself and then invite my cast to introduce themselves and their characters. My name's Jake Huebsch. I'll be running as the GM and villain for this game, and I am so glad to have you all here. I'm going to invite my crew of ne'er-do-well children to introduce themselves. I'm going to start with Andrew.
Hey, I'm Andrew Karan. I will be playing Alex Hansack. Alex is a moody, broody, emo 10-year-old who may or may not have a magic 8 ball and a belief in the occult. And he's excited to hang out with his friends here today.
I'm going to pass things over to Wolf.
I'm Wolf. My character is Doe. He is a 9-year-old baker's son and just wants to be friends with everyone.
Rayna.
Hi, I'm Rayna, and I'll be playing Lemon Bow, but you can call her Lemon. And she is, how do we say, her head's in the clouds, her feet are in the dirt, and she is integrating back into regular life in a regular suburb with regular kids after the dissolution of her cult.
Awesome. And Max.
Hi, so I'm playing Embera Bonk Moonblade, but everybody calls her Bonk. She is a little elf budding barbarian. And because she's the same age as everybody else on paper, but she's just a little, elves mature a little bit slower. So she's just kind of a cute baby. But she's don't get between her and her food. We'll just put it that way.
Perfect. Well, as we come into our adventure today, our ne'er-do-well kids are going to go on a variety of different hijinks. But before we do that, I have to tell you a little bit about our town. So let's begin our adventure. Let me first say, life in Whisperleaf. Whisperleaf is the smallest of towns. It's very relaxed. It has a large water mill. The biggest export of this village is the apothecary and wares that they create. They, in fact, make the Whisperleaf tonic, a cure-all for everything. Is it snake oil? Is it not? Probably not. But it's more likely going to work 9 times out of 10. But in addition to that, everyone goes hunting. They do their chores. None of that's important. Life in Whisperleaf is boring. For all of you, you'd go crazy if you had to just go to school every day, come back and do your chores. But then you met the Squad of Copper, a clandestine, secret, kids thief organization that operates throughout Whisperleaf and lets you get up to the hijinks that you want to do. As a member, you've been on a variety of different daring heists alongside your colleagues, including performing petty theft or playing in air quotes as you steal Old Man Wilson's soap and making sure that he always smells bad, whatever it might be. And anytime you ever get caught, you always can turn to your parents, no matter what you're holding, no matter what you're doing, and say, I was just playing. And your parents go, oh, sounds good. And that is all thanks to the Book of Rules, a magical book that was imbued to your squad long before you were all born. This Book of Rules allows you to stay in secret, allows you to have the fun that you would like to have. And it is stored in your hideout deep underneath a willow tree. So, as we start to a late spring day, you hear the low murmur of your parents talking as they cook lunch downstairs. You've slept in the haze of sleep, it starts to fall away from all of you. And as you're waking up, we're going to have each of you introduce yourselves and your room, what it looks like. But before that happens, you hear a scratch against the window. Turning, each of you, respectively in your own homes, sees a letter tucked into the window, waving in the spring breeze. The letter bears the orange seal of the Squad of Copper. This is an emergency. The sounds of your parents talking downstairs stops, and you can hear footsteps slowly coming up towards you. But you think you have some time. I'm going to roll a dice here to see who starts our story. Doe, if I could have you introduce your room, what does it look like, and how do you get out of bed and investigate this letter?
So Bonk's room is right above the bakery. So he has these wisping smells of all these rolls and breads coming in, and is woken up by them, and the letter grabs it from there quickly. And his room is split into kind of three sections. The first is obviously the bed, and it's fairly plain. But in one corner, there's these sacks, like flour sacks, that have been stuffed in order to make a armor rack. A makeshift armor rack, and he has this pan on top of it, this copper pan, and he grabs that, getting ready to go, making sure he's all prepped, and throws it on his head, and then grabs this charcoal stick and puts it below his eyes as kind of this mission ready setup, and then turns, and he has this desk against the other wall, and this desk has another flour sack that's emptied and has this painting of the map of the town. And around this map of the town is all of the figurines of all the members of the Quad of Copper. And he kind of grabs his own and puts it in the middle, and then puts everyone that he's meeting up with today there, and just like looks at himself, look at his figure, and just says, "You've got this." And then gets ready to head out and grab some treats for the road to bring to everyone.
Perfect. As you're kind of looking around, you can hear the thump, thump, thump of feet coming up the stairs, right? You see the letter. You have time if you want. You can grab your hands on that letter if you'd like.
Yep, grabbing the letter for sure.
As you open it up and start to look at the letter, you can see that it is written in code. And before we dive into our first skill check, as you have to decipher this letter, I want to just tell all of our audience here, we are playing where all of our players, all of our cast here, they're kids. They're roughly 7 to 10 years old. They have 4 HP. They do not have a class. You will not be encountering a necessary class in D&D 5e here. However, they have skills, and they're aspiring to move towards adventuredom soon. So we're going to learn about those skills coming up here, but I wanted to make sure I clarified that. Doe, as you take a look at this letter, you take a look at it here, you can see that it is written in this code, right? As all Squad of Copper letters are. How do you want to try to decipher this? What skill do you want to use?
Those got to use his just history skill. This isn't his first mission. He's received these before, and so he's going to try and think back to the last times that he's read them and grab all those pieces.
Awesome. Okay. Go ahead and make your die roll here as you attempt to decipher this. Your DC is 10.
Got 18.
18. Perfect. You manage to, as you're kind of looking at this, you begin to decipher it, right? And you see that the letter says the following. The Book of Rules is missing. Report to the treehouse immediately. Willie.
All right. I mean, he's going to take it by the word and just start running out the door.
As you run towards the door, you hear thump, thump right up to your door. You know your parents on the other side of that. As all squad of copper members know, you have a secret way out of your room. If you would like to take the secret way out, describe what it looks like, and go for it.
Yeah, so Doe goes and he goes to the armor rack that he's falsely made and pulls it back, and he pops open this hatch, and it's this slide that comes down, and as he goes down, the trapdoor kind of falls back on with the weight of the sacks. Now the slide is perfectly placed so that as it goes down, it goes right past the cooling rack of all the baked goods. And he, as he's sliding past, just grabs as many as he can and kind of shoves them into his pocket and takes off down the street.
Awesome. As you slide over the armor, right? You look and you start to take off, moving down the pathway. Something happens. While the world is magical, something strange goes on here. And as you're starting to make the shift, starting to fill your pockets, we've received our first incentive donation for an in-game incentive here from Roz for a surge of ancient magic. As you start to fill your pockets, start to shuffle along, I'm going to roll a die here to see exactly what happens. Bad luck occurs to you in this moment of time. As you start to fill your pockets, like you reach down and you didn't realize that at one point in time, you had borrowed a set of like sharp pizza cutter devices that you've pulled from your parents who are bakers. Your hand plunges into them for a second. You need to make for me a dexterity saving throw to not harm yourself in this moment in time.
That'd be a 6.
A 6. You nick your thumb here in this moment of time. A little bit of blood spatters across the floor as you take 1 point of damage of your 4 hit points. However, you manage to fumble, pocketing everything that you have in your pockets, and you dive out of your secret entrance just as you hear the door opening. Doe! And you're gone. You're out of the house immediately, leaving, fleeing, and running towards the treehouse, to the willow tree itself. Our camera pans away from you, and we go and investigate as Rayna. Would you introduce your character and what your room looks like?
All right. What she looks like, or just like we're going into the.
What she looks like, and then
Okay.
what her room looks like.
Okay, so Lemon Bow is a little human child, 9 years old. She has wild green hair and deep skin and big eyes. And her room is not exactly her room. There's a lot of other kids also in this room. All the furniture is handmade and well loved, and there's stuff everywhere. It's an absolute, just like a bomb went off. But you can tell Lemon's corner because her bomb is made up of mostly books and dirt. And there are suspicious lumps under her covers. Are they moving? That's not to be questioned. But in the midst of all these books and dirt and moving lumps, there is a little Lemon reading her favorite of the books.
Perfect. As you're reading your favorite of the books, right, you can hear the sounds of your parents downstairs as one of them. You hear it just like just faintly floating up the stairs as you hear the sound of, oh, we should probably tell her to clean her room or something like that. You know, it's been a real mess. And you hear the flutter of that, the orange letter nearby. You manage, if you would like, to grab it.
Oh. Yep, she'll reach up and grab it.
Perfect. Popping it open. You need to make an intelligence check to decipher this.
All right, how smart is my girl? Let's see. 19.
A 19, easy, super smooth. You were just reading, you're
Yeah.
charged up for this. As you take a look, the book of rules is missing. Report to the treehouse immediately. Signed, Willie.
Yeah, her big eyes get even bigger. She slams her book shut. She uses the letter as a bookmark. She grabs a little messenger bag, starts shoving stuff in there.
You start shoving all your necessary little accoutrements and items into your messenger bag. You, like all Squad of Copper members, have a secret way out of your room as you hear your parents stepping up the stairs towards you. You can hear as one of them says, I think a good and reasonable thing for Lemon to do today is to clean the room and then clean the rest of the house. What would you?
Yeah, so she quickly scurries under her bed where she has a secret little dirt tunnel.
Perfect.
And, you just see a little hand shoot out from under the bed and to grab her walking stick and to shoot right back under.
Perfect. You get it, and you go into the dirt tunnel. So you start to dig around in the dirt tunnel, right? And as you're going, it's like Pigpen. You're just getting covered in dirt. It's like a little cloud of dirt spraying around you as you shuffle along this tunnel here. And as you are going, you need to make for me a skill check of your choice. Suddenly, the tunnel seems smaller than normal. It seems strange that it is this way.
Uh-oh. Let's see. What can she do? What can my girl do? Let's just do a strength check. Just bust through.
Perfect. There we go. Go for it.
15.
15. Yeah, you manage to just like burst through the dirt. And as we see on the outside of the house, a cloud of dust emerges as Lemon emerges with it, right? And you start looking around, immediately know where the treehouse is, and can race off in that direction, unharmed from escaping your home. Lemon, as you race off, we find ourselves all the way over to, at this point in time, Bonk. Bonk, if you would describe yourself and your room.
Yeah, so Bonk has a very nice kind of plush room. It's very well taken care of. It's very it's got a little bit of Victorian vibe to it. It's a very nice elvish home. High elves are very pretentious with their decor and all that. Bonk's room in particular, though, along with like the big old bed and like the drapes that kind of fold over the bed as well, there's just mounds and mounds of stuffed animals, a lot of them in varying stages of like of repair. Several of the stuffed animals have big X's over their eyes that have been ripped open in several places. um and little Bonk is in there kind of messing with two of them and just like taking a little wooden block toy and like smashing it together with a teddy bear and like it's just this little blonde girl that's almost completely enveloped by her hair.
Perfect. As you're smashing together your toys, right? Your many combined objects that you've built throughout your room here. You're looking around, right? You recall, you can see one that you recently built, which is like close to masterpiece, right? But you're not yet done. You can hear the sounds of parents off in the distance. They're coming closer to you, but that letter fluttering nearby catches your eye for a second. Would you like to grab it?
Yeah, she'll jump up and kind of grip it.
As you grab yours, you can see as you open it up, you see that half of it has already been deciphered for you. Willie has already done some of that work for you, but you have to do the rest.
She looks at it really intently, trying to remember how the alphabet goes. Uh, so I make a skill check, right?
Yes, please.
Okay. Can I use athletics?
Yes, go for it.
All right. She like really flexes her brain. That'll be a 13.
A 13. It is flexing and pacing. Pacing always helps get the brain juices going. As you pace around, you slowly put together these words, though the alphabet is a little bit hard. Report, treehouse, immediately, book of rules, gone. Willie.
Is it treehouse gone or book of rules gone?
As you ponder those things, you know that an orange letter is an emergency, a thing you should arrive to the treehouse for anyway.
Orange is bad though. I should go. And she kind of looks around and she throws open her closet, brings out her one pair of overalls. Everything else is really nice, but there's just the dirty set of overalls that she loves, and her big old boots that are clearly from another household, and her little toy hammer.
You put on your boots, pulled from one of the expert hunters of Whisperleaf, and you hear the Bonk, you in there? You have a secret way out of this house if you like, Bonk. How do you escape?
Yeah, so on one of her many walls in this way too big room, there is the little like sun seat kind of situation in one of the windows.
Yeah.
She kind of jumps up, throws open the latch on the window, and will jump out and use the gutter to kind of slide down.
Perfect. You open up, jump out, sights sliding down. Make for me another skill check. If you wanted to make it athletics again, you may do so.
Obviously,
Go.
my girl has one talent. Well, it fell out. 8.
8. Perfect. You slide down this, and with an 8, you let go, and you go into full fall, falling through the air. Wham! Hit the ground. Dirt flies up. You take 1 point of damage as you get up, dust yourself off. That's not normally how that happens. But as you look, you know where the treehouse is, and you can start heading in that direction.
She looks over at it, narrows her big blue eyes, kicks the gutter, and runs off.
Perfect. As the camera pans away from you, we find ourselves in the last room. Alex, if you would introduce yourself, your room, and what music you're listening to in this moment in time.
So Alex is in a room that looks like it's a giant like kids fort. Essentially, it's just a bunch of blankets strewn everywhere. He's got them propped up on whatever objects could hold them in the air. It's a cluster to get out of. On the you can see everything on the ground is just a bunch of crumpled up notes that he's made. He's trying to, write something. He's just not sure it was good enough, so he keeps just throwing it away. So there's a pile of those somewhere in the room. Ink and quill next to him. Ink probably spilled equally next to everything because it was just a really rough night. It was kind of manic writing for this 10-year-old. He was most recently listening to some really really sad jams, but it puts him in his feels and it helps him to write. So that's a good piece for it. And actually, he would definitely go to the window that is covered in like the blankets are like blackout curtains almost in a home.
Yeah.
And so like when he peers through that, like he doesn't like the light, so he's just like, oh, this is horrible. Oh God.
The
Oh.
light hits you, and you see fluttering. Some of it is orange, as that orange letter sits in front of you. You can hear My Alchemical Romance playing behind you. That was a local band that recently came out. But what do you want to do?
So he grabs the letter and with an equal amount of like suspicion, because he's like, how did somebody get up to the second floor? And he's just like looking around for whoever might be scurrying away, who might have just left this, right? He knows that there might be somebody watching him, so he's a little paranoid. So he's got that going. Does he see anybody that's like walking by or like that might see him grab this letter?
You're safe. You're
Okay,
good.
okay. So he's like, so he ducks back down into the dark. He lights his like he has this like super small candle that he likes to write nearby and read nearby. So he lights that and he tries to read the letter.
All right, you take a look at the letter. Make for me a skill check or intelligence check as you have to decipher this letter.
All right, he'll just do an intelligence check, and he got a 2.
A 2. It's gonna take you some time. You'll do it. It always just takes time. And as you look at this letter, it takes you a while. Partially it's because the candle that you had been burning late into the last night working on your writing is so low that it's barely flickering in your blackout curtains, right? But you eventually decipher it. The book of rules is missing. Report to the treehouse immediately, Willie.
Okay, perfect. Alex would then take a mound of pillow because is it similar? He hears people coming up the stairs.
As
I'm
you're listening, there is no one coming up the stairs, which is more ominous.
Yeah, usually they wake him because he never gets up otherwise. He would kind of scurry towards the door, um, push a bunch of pillows against it and go out his secret way, which might be known at some point, but he has a bunch of like pillows that have been connected to blankets that are gonna essentially be a blanket rope to get out the window.
Perfect. As you push the pillows against the door, right, and turn to get to your rope, you hear as your dog in the house starts to bark, and suddenly you hear, "Oh, Alex must be awake," and you know they're coming.
No. So yeah, Alex will barricade his door as much as possible. make it more of a mess than usual. Maybe even push a bunch of the letters like underneath the door to like make it more soundproof-ish, and then he'll just like jump out the window with his blanket rope.
Awesome. Is you jump out the window with your blanket rope, right? You fly forward. What is the skill check you're using to escape your house and your
Performance, because he's totally scripted this before in his head and he knows how cool people would land, so that's how he's gonna try to land.
fully trying to land well? Make your performance check here.
3-point landing.
And that is a 6.
Awesome. As you fly through the air with a 6, it is
Not
not
good.
successful. The rope snaps and you fly through the air. And in this moment, you also, because you shoved letters under your door a little bit, you hear one of your parents going, Alex, what is it? Like crumpling and going, Taking Back Sunday. What is that? And you fly through the air, suddenly hit the ground, taking 1 point of damage. And you manage to get up, dust yourself off, and you know where the treehouse is and can head in that direction.
Look at it.
All of you race to the treehouse. The treehouse for the squad of copper is located under a magnificent willow tree just on the edge of town. As you race towards it, one of the curious things that all of you, as you arrive together, is that you can see that the door is just a hole in the bottom of this treehouse that no adult, no teenager ever notices. As you all gather together, you can see up high in the willow trees itself, hanging down, similar to its branches, are all of these very mundane items and prizes that have been collected over years of your work. But all of you can gather and burrow in and start shoving through the door to go down into the treehouse itself. As we continue along, Alex, if you would just check that your captions are working and not minimized, just double check that there, or reload yourself, just so that folks can hear you. As you each arrive, you arrive next to one another and race down into the treehouse itself. Crawling through the entrance, you find yourself in the familiar den of your club. Your eyes adjust to the dim light, or in Alex's case, they've always been adjusted to dim light. And you see that the room stretches before you into 7 different alcoves. You can see that there are tapestries, carpets, furnitures of heists past. On one mantle lays the polished skull of Catsbane the rat, a rat that you collectively had to fight together to defeat. You see that there's a glimmering bar, loot from a famous bard that you all stole from at one point in time. And taking in this splendor, you also see that in the center of the treehouse is a pedestal that the Book of Rules once sat on. However, now you see that what looks to be strange, dark gray ash has begun to spread from the now empty lectern as the book is missing. And it is spreading across the floor of your treehouse. Glad you can make it. You see a girl of about 9 years old steps out from another room. You see as Willie Lackley, the squad of copper spy master, steps forward, dressed all in leathers, looks to have a grappling hook strapped around her chest in this moment in time, a crossbow strapped to that grappling hook on her back. I have an important mission for you. You're the best of the best. And all we have left, everyone else got grounded.
Grounded?
Yeah, grounded.
What does that mean?
That
I
means
mean-
I can't leave the house.
Yeah. You're stuck at home and you have to do all your chores.
It's the worst.
What?
So
Yeah, it's terrible.
here's the
Oh,
deal.
no.
She points at the lectern. As I said, the Book of Rules is missing. And Mayor Briarthorn, and you know Mayor Briarthorn, the thorn in your side, the only adult who seems to know what is going on with you and your squad. Mayor Briarthorn has stolen the Book of Rules. A former member of ours has stolen it from us and given it to her. I need you to go and get the book back before the end of the day.
Oh. Okay.
I love it.
We're,
No questions.
we're on it.
But-
We're on it.
But what if we get caught? If we don't have the
Well-
book, we don't.
That's a risk we're gonna have to take.
Are you coming with us?
No. I'm gonna be doing reconnaissance work and trying to distract as much as possible. This is all for you.
Oh, okay.
Where do we
It's been a
start?
very bad day.
Oh,
There are two things that you can do. First, go and find out where the traitor is. The person who stole it. Their name is Jericho. Or two, you can try to use a secret hidden tunnel that leads to Briarthorn's house and try to break in.
I know tunnels.
It's up to you. If you go to Jericho, Jericho should have a skeleton key, and that can get you into the house too. So it's up to you.
Hmm.
You guys want to split up?
I don't think that's ever a good idea.
That never ends well.
Mm-mm.
For my
Okay.
sake, as the reconnaissance person, having you split up would also be really annoying.
Okay, so what do we do first?
First off, let's get you equipped. And you watch as Willie pulls out a bunch of bags. In this moment in time, one of the incentives that I invite folks in the chat, if you would like to do, is if you want to donate, you can help decide what type of items show up for our party here. We already have a couple of folks who have donated to offer items here. And you watch as Willie lays out 6 bags. The first one you see is Willie pulls out what looks to be a bunch of bent silverware. These are lock picks. You can use them to break into anything. And these are magical silverware that function as basically expert lockpicks. He then watches Willie pulls out what looks to be a large copper pot covered in dents. This thing will protect the heck out of you. Feel free to use it if you need to. It functions more or less like a shield. The copper pot of unlimited dents. You then see as Willie pulls out a magnifying glass. This is the Snoopazuma. It looks really good. You can search anything. This gives you advantage on any investigation checks as you try to search for clues. The fourth item you watch as Willie pulls out what looks to be like just a single piece of candy. You see, this is a gumdrop. If you eat this, you get a
You
sugar
can't eat
rush
it.
and you're super fast.
Stop, you can't eat it yet, Bonk.
Hold on. And lastly, and so that gumdrop basically functions to give you haste. Lastly, or second to last, you watch this pulls out what looks to be this ball, like a wiffle ball, just full of holes. You can see that it looks, but it smells faintly of pickles. And as Willie pulls it out, it says, if you throw this at something, it will blast them back a fair distance with a really loud, kind of like clacking sound. Because it smells like pickles, I call it the pickleball. And then lastly, pulls out a bandana and eye patch. And this is the bandana and eye patch we stole from a pirate.
What does it do?
Nothing. It just makes you look really cool.
Oh,
Very useful.
You may choose 4 of those. Would you like? So the pot, the snooper zoomer, the magnifying glass, the pickleball, gumdrop, eye patch, or the silverware. Which 4 would you like?
Taylor just goes and grabs the pot.
Okay.
It goes with my outfit.
yeah. Why are you
Mm,
wearing so much pots?
It's armor. We're
Oh,
this vest is
adventurers.
like
We
that.
need armor.
We do? She looks down at herself. She's covered in band-aids and completely sleeveless.
If I had that copper pot before, I wouldn't have gotten poked by the pizza thing.
you got poked by the pizza thing?
Yeah, I tried to grab treats for us and I got a pizza stab instead.
Oh. I want the candy. That's okay.
Okay, but you can't eat it yet.
Why not? It's candy.
It's special candy. Gotta wait till you
So
need
will
it
it
at
be
special
even?
moment.
Okay. You can take the
Okay.
candy if you would like in this moment in time, Bonk. So you have the magic gumdrop.
I'll take the magic gumdrop and not eat it yet.
Perfect.
Alex would like to grab the eye patch that makes him look like a pirate
Yep.
because it's important to look cool when you're doing cool things. And if you
Perfect.
forget that, then what kind of an adventure have we really had?
Excellent.
Absolutely agree. Good job.
And Lemon will swipe the magnifying glass.
Ooh, the snooper zoomer. Perfect.
Yeah.
All right. As you all acquire items, Willie then turns to all of you and says, remember, you're the best of the best. You cannot fail this, or else the squad of copper is done. And don't get caught by your parents. You may all, as you acquire your items, you have the magic gun drop that acts as haste, the snooper zoomer, the bandana and eye patch of coolness, and the copper pot of unlimited dents. You may all now roll a percentile die to acquire a d20 to acquire one mundane item from the massive pile of stuff that you steal all of the time from Squad of Copper.
I got an 8.
An 8?
6.
6.
3.
3.
11.
11. All right. Starting with the 11, you get a 1 minute hourglass that if you flip it over, it counts out 1 minute for you, and it has a filled with emerald sand that you managed to acquire a while back. The 8, you get a copper bell, ding, 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 that rings. The 6, you get a thin bit of twine and a hook. Think the most basic version of a grappling hook humanly possible. And finally, with a 3, you get a green glass eye with iris inscribed inside of it. Thank you for our $10 donation. As you acquire your items, Doe, you must give for me now a short stream of consciousness monologue. What is Doe thinking in this moment in time? Thank you, Scott, for the donation.
He's looking around everyone and he just kind of in his head. I think that everyone needs a catchphrase. I've hung out with Bonk a couple times and I think she should really run in and just be like, it's hammer time or something. And no, that sounds like MC Tavern Time's place. Or get bonked. No, that one's not. It's too on the nose. Take some pound cake. No, yeah, maybe needs some work, but no, gotta get back to the mission. We have limited time. We'll talk about this over milk and cookies later.
And as the monologue concludes, I assume that was out loud, or was that?
He's like muttering it to himself, and so anyone listening closely can hear. But yeah,
Perfect. They all hear. And if you can eventually come up with a catchphrase collectively or individually, I will honor that and support you in that process. Feel free to think of.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Lemon's next.
So Doe was the only one, I believe, who had to give a monologue in this moment of time. As you acquire your items, you manage to get them. Willie turns to all of you and says, right, as a reminder, either go find Jericho's house and get the skeleton key, or go get to the secret tunnels and get in that way. We got to get that book. Good luck. And Willie leaves. And you all are able to do whatever you need to in this moment of time to start this adventure.
Well, wouldn't
Which
it be
path
good
are we
to have a
taking?
key? Oh, huh?
We gotta go see Jericho for a key.
Yeah. I don't
Well,
know. Do you know Jericho? I don't know Jericho.
Why would Jericho give us the key if Jericho betrayed the group.
And why would they betray the group? This is like the best group.
Makes
It's so
no
much more fun
sense.
than church.
I think that we'd have to steal it from Jericho, not. I don't think he'd give it to us.
Or we hit them and make them give it to us.
We are thieves.
So we
Ooh.
break into Jericho's house, steal it, and then break into get the book
Now
back.
that we sneak through the secret tunnel underneath.
We could do both, yeah. We have a key and a tunnel.
Both would be a better adventure.
Where's Jericho's house?
As you ask that question, you all need to now collectively make a group history check to try to remember where Jericho's house is.
Uh,
You
I feel like
need
I should have
to-
disadvantage.
You need to beat a total. So this is a history check on this skill check. You need to beat a total of 20.
I got 8.
8. You're all
got a
adding together.
2.
2, 10,
7.
7, 17.
17.
Hey, there it is. All right.
That's
With a
my
34
neighbor.
With a 34, that is actually gold star. I give you all of the information here, not just a partial set of information. As you start
Yay.
about this, you collectively, as you're kind of putting your heads together, also start to sort of move out of the headquarters, and you start to move towards town. You're kind of putting your heads together in this moment in time, walking into town a little bit. And you know that Jericho was known as a fairly cowardly member of the Squad of Copper and almost never went on adventures that could be dangerous back when Jericho was part of the team. He liked to perform more like petty pranks and read books instead. Before Jericho aged out, like all members who, as they age out of the Squad of Copper, they forget their jobs and work there. But before Jericho aged out, he took the skeleton key with him. Rumors from other members tell of Jericho visiting the clubhouse in the middle of the night and leaving with the Book of Rules, which is now confirmed for you. You're kind of putting yourselves together in that. Recently, word around town has told of Jericho and his friends getting caught trying to ride a couple cows through the village. And he's now taking all of the blame and is grounded in his house. And you heard in the rumors that the last thing he shouted to his parents was, "I was just playing." And then you know that in Jericho's house, as you get to the center of town square, if you go to town square, you'll immediately spot Jericho's house. Basically, his house is connected right up to town square, and without any need to kind of look further, you can be like, okay, there's Jericho's house. And that is with the successful 34 history check. You know these details.
So if he's grounded, we're not going to be able to just knock on the door and say, hey, we want to play with them.
Yeah. We could. I could
He
climb
used to
in
be
the
a
window.
member. Yeah, he's got to have a secret entrance still. I bet he still has it.
Ooh,
We could
yeah.
Does any? Yeah, we probably don't. Yeah, I don't know where a secret entrance is, but we could probably find it.
Yeah. We have
That's a great idea.
the magnifying glass, right? We can find it.
Okay.
You guys are a group of smart people. I'm sure you can figure it out. We got it.
As you wander forward,
Yeah, that
as
one's
you
really
walk into
smart.
the center of town, you survey the various buildings. Whisperleaf is not a big village, and you know that every adult knows one another. You've put together your plan, maybe find the secret entrance. You also know that nearby is the secret tunnels, should you choose to take that route as well, if things go awry. And as you stand there, you feel the ground underneath you begin to shake. You know deep inside that having the Book of Rules missing leaves you vulnerable to magics far older and greater. Alex and Lemon, your either interest in the dark and arcane that Alex you've worked on time and time again, and Lemon, from your parents speaking to you, you know that books of magic, things that are discovered out in the world, often bring with them much more than you bargained for. And in this moment, thank you to a donation from Scott for a surge of ancient magic, you feel the ground shift and quake, and I need one of you to roll for me a d6.
I got it.
Okay.
4.
A 4. Perfect. As you're walking, you feel that even in this spring day, it's kind of hot for a second. As the ground shakes and quakes underneath you specifically, you feel yourself suddenly starting to sweat. And all of you look and you see what looks to be like beadlets of drop of like jet black grease are starting to pour out of Bonk's body in this moment of time from the forehead and the armpits, and you cast grease on yourself and to all people around you. The other 3 can attempt to dodge out of the way in this moment of time as you get covered in grease, Bonk, in this moment of time.
What?
Bonk! 15 to dodge.
14 to like tumble away.
Okay, perfect.
I only got a 6, but I'm gonna attempt to throw the copper pot down and pull Bonk in and
You
slide it across
only
it.
slide out of the way with the copper pot is suddenly Bonk. You are just a
Oh,
greased up kid who's just so slippery all of a sudden, right? You are covered in this grease, and as you try to wipe it off, you continue to sweat it out. And there seems to be some sort of magical effect that has made you incredibly slippery in this moment in time.
Oh.
why'd you
What's
do that?
happening? I don't know. Why am I
We
green?
gotta
Why am
hurry
I
up.
slippery?
I think you can slide through the window now.
I could slide a lot of places, I feel like.
As you all are saying these things, you get to the center of town, and you look around. You can see that people are dressed in rough spun shirts. You see that folks are sort of passing around food. There's an apple sales cart nearby. You see in the center of town is this well-crafted fountain that you know has a well connected to it. And you also can see a carving of a snarling bear in mid-roar as its centerpiece. You also see 3 teenagers sort of sitting, one skipping rock, like throwing rocks, the other reading a book, and the third just sort of watching you closely. Lemon, you see, is the third watching you. It is your sister. And you watching these 3 kids, they're kind of all eyeballing you, and all you see is one of them, the one throwing the rock, starts to sort of laugh and nudge the other 2 as you see just a Bonk sliding around, slipping constantly in this moment, is pouring off of her. And you spot Jericho's house off in the distance as well. What would you like to do?
Uh,
Uh,
we gotta get past the teenagers, right? Oh,
Maybe I should get in the water and it'll wash it off of me. What?
or hey, so that's my sister and her friends. And normally I wouldn't wanna like go over there, but if my sister hates anything, it's being dirty. You could totally get them to move.
Are they in the way?
I mean,
I-
always.
Okay. So, you want me to go hug them? What am I doing?
Yeah, come on.
She like
Go-
Lemon
go
grabs
try-
Bonk's hand
like a
and just starts-
zombie.
yeah, starts sliding her forward, just pulling her behind her.
All
Is this
right.
like a downhill slope if I just pick it up speed
Yeah,
exponentially?
100%. You're like slowly gathering momentum. It's
Look.
slowly but surely gonna
I'm
happen.
just gonna
You're
like
going a little fast
kind
there.
of pan
As
out like
you're
a
starting to
skier.
slide forward,
Look.
Lemon, you're watching this all happen. Joe, what are you getting up to?
I'm just following right behind him.
Following right behind Alex.
Alex looks super nervous and suspicious because he knows that like something unnatural just happened here, and he just doesn't know what the cause is. So he's just like looking around to see if anybody's like watching them outside of those three. And
Oh yeah.
he's like kind of like huddled, like he kind of like brings his coat up a little bit. He's kind of like he's got his pirate costume on, so he's like,
Alex, as you're looking around, you see someone is watching you. Leaning in the shadows behind one of the buildings, you see this really tall tabaxi woman dancing a coin along her fingers. And as you notice her, and you realize, and this is part of maybe what was unsettling to you, she'd been watching you and your companions for maybe some time now upon your arrival. And still dancing the coins along her fingers, the other hand gestures for you to come over. Is this
no.
person friendly to you or a Mayor Briarthorn agent? You're not certain.
I kind of get close to Doe because he's the only one not currently occupied. Doe, do you know? And I'm just kind of like pointing like this across my nose. Like, do you know who that is? Because they've been watching us, and
Doe turns and very obviously just like looks and stares.
no, wrong way, wrong other way.
Oh,
And I like turn Doe the other way.
turns the other way. Do I recognize this tabaxi at all?
As you do like a very slow 360 with Alex's assistance, right? And you can hear as Bonk is shuffling towards the kids, the teenagers. You recognize this person. They've been around for a while. Their name is Masa, and she is you've all kind of know her loosely as like an adult thief, part of a guild maybe for the adults.
Yeah, she's like adult us, so I mean, do
She's
you want to
cool?
go check?
She's cool.
Yeah, she
She's
could help us. She could help us. Maybe we just gotta be careful.
Okay, let's make our way that way.
Okay.
Never say die.
Splitting off. You see, and we're gonna first resolve Alex and Doe here, and then we're gonna come back to Lemon and Bonk. But Alex and Doe, as you draw closer, right, the coin continuing to flip, Masa the Tabaxi sort of backs up further into the shadows. Has this very like with the way that the light is hitting, like almost like Venetian blind look with the shadows hitting her in this moment, and it goes, ah. Good to see members of the Squad of Copper out and about.
Good to see you too, Masa.
Willie has told me of your troubles.
That's good.
Yeah.
Can you help?
No. Squad of Copper business is Squad of Copper business. But what I can do is offer a trade of sorts.
A trade?
I have a bell.
Oh, interesting. Mayor Briarthorn has something hidden away in her house, and I would like it.
What is it?
I don't know how to describe it other than that it is, what can you say? It is a device that you can crawl into, and it, like an armored machine, moves you along, and you can fight glorious battles with it, and you are impenetrable, and you can break through walls.
Oh. So we'll know when we see it.
Probably.
Okay.
Is it better than my cup of pots?
Probably. It looks as though it's something that once you get into it, you would recognize it because its primary part of its body is made out of a massive, I don't know, like a keg or stove or something. If you get in it, I'll tell you what the activation word is. But you have to promise that if you want to use it, that you eventually bring it back to me so I can keep it.
I promise. It sounds like a better part of the adventure.
Yeah, we'll do it.
Perfect. In exchange, I will train you on anything you would like to be trained. Right here, right now. My payment up front.
Oh,
You may, if you would like, by accepting this deal, both of you can instead get a +5 in a skill of your choice.
Does that be one of the ones we already have, or can it be another one?
It can be a different one if you would like. As she does a quick crash course on a skill.
Perfect. And what's the activation mode?
She hasn't told you yet.
Yeah.
What would be the skill that you would like to upgrade? And if you accept this deal, you promise to return it back to her, and she'll give you the activation line.
Yeah.
Investigation.
Yeah, go for it.
Cool. Doe?
Doe always wants to know what everyone else is thinking, so he's gonna go insight.
Insight. Perfect. Wonderful. Quickly, Masa begins to crash course you. It's a fast lesson, but enough to give you a fair amount of skill into it. Masa's quite adept at many skills. And finally says, the activation code is Go-Go Action Robot. When you get into the thing you think is this machine, say those words and it will come to life. Good doing business. And she leaves. Meanwhile, as you two assess what exactly is going on, Bonk and Lemon, you get closer. Lemon, you spot your sister sort of standing there, just sort of like, oh. And you see that the other two kids standing here, you actually recognize them, are named Finn and Jamie. Finn is throwing rocks, and one of them bounces pretty close to you, Bonk, as you get closer and closer to Finn here, and goes, ew, gross, you're covered in such grease, ew, get away from us. And Jamie, reading this book, you can see that Jamie is this kind of like tall, lanky looking elf, and they sort of are just looking at you, still reading the book, and don't seem to pay you any heed in this moment of time. Bonk, I'll start with you, followed by Lemon. What do you do?
Bonk has been set on a course of action, and nothing will deter her. She's picking up as much speed as she can. She's just gonna go and try and get the, I assume, green-haired sister of Lemon.
Perfect. Awesome.
Grab her in a big hug.
You are sliding forward. Lemon, what do you do in this moment?
Lemon is just like running behind and yelling, "Oh no, Cherry, watch out! You're gonna get stuff all over your new jeans, and Jamie's gonna think you look totally gross. Yeah, Jamie, the boy you like."
Immediate blush across Cherry's face, right? Like cherry red cheeks in this moment of time, right? Very much like these very like well-used jeans, right? As Cherry goes, "Oh no, get away from me, get away from me." And you see as the boy Finn steps in front of Cherry as you're picking up speed, Bonk, and just sort of catches you, and you slip underneath through Finn's hands in this moment. You slide underneath Finn's legs in this second, and you manage to get closer to Cherry in the second. But then Finn jumps on top of you, pinning you to the ground. You pop out again, and you manage to slam into Cherry in this moment. And Cherry goes, "Ah! What the heck? What the heck?"
Sorry.
Hi. Is your name Cherry?
Yeah, it's Cherry. You know,
I'm Bonk.
Oh, hi, Bonk. You know, Lemon and Doe and Alex, as you're drawing closer as well, that you know that these three are Jericho's friends. You know that all of them have hung out with Jericho probably before Jericho got grounded. And as you stand there, Lemon, you're standing there. Bonk is sort of at this point just like laid on the ground. Lemon, you seem to have the spotlight. The other two are starting to come back and join you. Cherry, covered in grease, is just like, what the heck? And Finn turns, also now covered in grease, and is trying to kind of like shove Bonk to the side, goes, what are you all doing here? You get out.
What are you doing here?
Oh, we're here to just make fun of the fact that Jericho points to a house nearby, is grounded. Yeah, what a lame person. Getting caught for riding cows and everything.
Oh yeah,
Ooh.
I heard that. Lemon, what does that mean again?
What, riding cows? Oh,
No.
grounded. They can't leave the room. They're stuck in there.
Yeah, they can't leave the room.
Yeah,
I thought you guys were riding cows too.
yeah, but we didn't get caught. Jericho did it for us.
Haha.
Oh,
uh,
that's, well, it's kind of mean, isn't it, that you're laughing at him and he helped you guys?
Sits him right. He was too scared to do it anyway. We had to bully him into doing it.
You're bad friends.
that's not very nice.
Finn steps up to you, Lemon.
Hmm?
What are you saying bad friends about? What, you think you're better than us? Lemon, a donation
Yeah.
has come in. A donation has come in for childish confidence. You need to, in this moment of time, Lemon, make a big swing.
All right, full send.
Yeah. We're actually way better friends than you guys. In fact, if it was my friend, I would sneak him out.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. How about you go and sneak him out then if he's your friend?
Okay. I just, yeah.
Your
Oh.
sister, Cherry, goes, wait, do you think you could do it better than us?
Like for sure.
Okay. Sis,
I mean, how would you even do it?
we're not going to tell you. How about we race for it? First one to break Jericho out wins.
Yeah, okay.
And she like reaches down and like yanks up Bonk and she slips and she's still like trying to grab her.
Yeah, we'll totally beat you. And then when we do, you have to do all my chores
What?
for a whole week.
Okay, and if we win, you, Alex, and Doe, you've arrived at this point. If we win, all of you have to do all of our chores for a week.
Well, we're gonna win.
Deal.
Okay.
Deal?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
You see as the three teenagers say, you see as Jamie closes the book in this moment of time, and Jamie actually turns and goes, to make sure we're fair about this, we will collectively all say go after we have a chance to scheme out our plan. So take just a minute or two, and then we're going to start at the same time so there's no as little cheating as possible.
Okay.
You separate out. What is your plan?
I like Jamie.
Yeah, well, so does Sherry. So we gotta go in the tunnel, right? Like we gotta get in there first.
Yeah.
So your
Well-
competition is to break out Jericho.
We're trying to break out Jericho.
Oh, right. The tunnel doesn't go to Jericho's room. We gotta find the way into Jericho's room. Right. Okay.
Well,
But they don't know there was a secret entrance. And we know there is one.
Yeah.
Yeah, but we don't know where it is yet.
Gotta find it.
Well, what do we know about Jericho?
He's grounded.
Yes.
Yeah, I've never been to his house. My parents wouldn't let me go to sleepovers at boys' houses.
I got a 17 on my history check about Jericho. Do I know anything else about Jericho?
You know that Jericho's room is on the second floor. You
Mm.
also know that Jericho's, you can actually see Jericho's house is kind of fairly nearby. You can see that there seems to be a pile of crates up towards like a second window there. There's the front door that leads out to the town square. And just around the back, you see a little bit of a garden with a donkey being tended to by this older man who's just sort of like marching around a little bit of a enclosed area.
Jericho's on the second floor. And there's a little garden in the back with a person running around in it.
You
So
think
their
that's
secret exit's
family?
probably a window, right? That's what mine is. I'm on the second floor.
Mine's a window.
That makes
But you guys
sense.
already know that.
you do think that if you wanted to, so the one way for you to scheme this out for a second is as soon as we say go, each of you can start doing a skill check that can build off of one another, right? And the snooper zoomer will give you an opportunity with advantage on investigation checks to kind of give you a sense of like, okay, where is this secret entrance if you want to approach that. The teenagers are going to take their own set of actions in this moment of time as we race to try to get into the room and break out Jericho.
I've got an idea. I am slippery. I'm gonna run interfere. I'm gonna get in their way. I'm really good at that. And you guys can find a way out, 'cause it'd be hard for me to climb right now anyways. I'm all like, look, and she just rubs her hand on the doe's face. Like, look, I can move. I'm very slippery. I'll make it hard for them. I'm not much of. I don't know plans very good.
So you're going to run distraction. What are the others going to do? Looking ahead, right, you see a set of crates leading up to a second floor window. You know that Jericho's room is up above. You see a donkey off in the distance as well that if you needed to, you can maybe make use of. How do you want to play this out? Initial steps.
Lemon whips out this snooper zoomer. It starts scouting out the house.
Okay, I see the crates, and
She looks up at the window that's closest to the crates to see if she can see Jericho in there.
Okay, you think you're going to have to get closer, right? So you're going to have to get up into those crates to get near that window here. So that will come up here.
Okay.
Joe
And
Alex.
Lemon, you go there with the animals? Could you get the donkey to help us get up on the crates and up to the window?
oh, yeah, I can try. My
Perfect.
best friend was a goat back home.
Okay.
I think that we can be honest with Jericho and say that we're trying to help him out and get him out of his grounding. And then as he comes out the window and we pull him out, I'm going to attach the bell to him and then send everyone after him.
Okay.
Okay.
And we can search his room.
Alex.
Yeah.
I think I'm gonna help Bonk run interference. I think if we make a big enough scene, we can slow them down, especially while you two are doing that. Should be good.
Yeah.
You have a plan. Jamie turns. Are you all ready? 3,
Yeah.
2, 1, go.
Go.
Roll initiative.
Let's go.
15.
Okay, great.
14.
Great.
Also 14.
11.
Perfect. All right, Joe, as you kick off, you are the first one to go in this moment. As Jamie says go, the teenagers sort of immediately start to bicker again with each other. They seem to be a little bit slower than all of you, having not really spent the time to come up with the plan in this moment in time. So, Doe, you're first. What would you like to do?
Oh, I shall endeavor be first, and he's just gonna run towards the donkey to try and just assist Lemon with whatever she told him to do.
You race forward, Lemon. You are right on the heels, right, and right behind you will be Bonk, and then Alex, and then the teenager. So, Lemon, as you race forward as well, Doe is going to be helping you out. You get close, and you can see that this donkey is sort of just patrolling around here. You know this donkey's name is Nelly, and that the Nelly sort of spots all of you and is sort of like, oh, I'm going to come and check out who you are, and starts getting a little bit closer to you. The older man, who looks to probably be maybe Jericho's grandfather or somebody like that, is sort of just tending the garden, hasn't yet noticed you at all. Lemon, what do you do in this moment?
Oh. She like so the donkey's heading over. Is it to us now, or is she just
Yes.
like,
Yeah.
okay,
So
yes.
it walks up and sort of starts checking you out.
Yes.
Yeah.
She's petting the donkey.
Hi.
Okay. Do you want to make an animal handling, or make me an animal handling check as you try to convince Nelly, hey, we're cool here?
9.
A 9.
Yeah.
Doe, how were you helping?
I'm going to like pop up onto Nelly and just be like, whisper in the ear, just shh, be quiet. We need your help. We need your help. We gotta get up to the window.
Okay. I'm gonna give you like weird advantage because I don't feel like a donkey is like into necessarily somebody whispering into its ear. I don't know donkeys that well, but that just feels like something an animal might not be too down for. So in this moment of time, I'm gonna just give you to a semi-success. I'm gonna have you roll again here, and let's see what happens. So Lemon, roll again with your animal handling.
Okay. 19.
Ooh.
Oh,
All right.
This donkey loves it.
the whispers.
I'm more or less doing is just taking half of that 19 and adding it to original roll here. So as you do that though, you see the donkey's like, oh, okay, there's somebody now crawled up on me, but I am getting these pets, and the donkey's sort of like, cool. All right, I'm gonna come with you here for a second. You're up though on Nelly. Lemon, you manage to kind of start to guide Nelly, but Nelly hits the fence, and you have to find some way. We're gonna come back to you in just a moment to get Nelly over the fence. However, that's gonna play out. Nelly's gonna follow Lemon, but needs to get help over the fence or to get through the fence in some way or shape or form. Bonk, you and Alex are now immediately running interference as the teenagers are going slower than you at the start. How does interference look? You two will act at the same time.
Go ahead. Sorry.
I think that I'm going to watch for where they're gonna go and just try and be stealthily nearby and make a slime trail for them to slip on.
Okay, great.
when they try and go in a direction.
Awesome. Alex, I'm going to build off of this by giving you a little bit more information. You see as all three teenagers sort of kind of are bickering for a second, as you two get a chance to go maybe first, you see as all three teenagers go, right, you hear it from them. They go, front door, let's do it. And they start to move in that direction. Alex, what are you doing?
So Alex is just approaching. He's written something on a sheet of paper that he seems really excited to share with them. So he's just gonna approach and run the most like standard interference ever. Hold on. I've got something to say. We haven't started yet. They're not really They're just hold on.
I need you to make for me a quite difficult charisma check in this moment.
Oh, come on, Alex.
They know they're in a competition with you, so this is quite hard.
15.
Okay. Are you wearing the bandana and eye patch coolness?
Yeah. I got the
Have
whole thing.
advantage. Because
Okay. Come on, Alex. No, 15.
15. You manage to step up. Hold on. You see as both Jamie sort of stops to be like, okay, what is this kid up to? But Finn and Sherry push past you in this moment. You've managed to slow one of them down, but the other two are racing forward. And Bonk, how do you want to get the slime trail in front of them?
Yeah, so I'm imagining like I came down a hill and there must be a little bit of a curve back up. So I want to make something that kind of just leads down the hill again.
Okay.
And I just want to be like, I want to see them and be stealthy enough that I'm out of the way, but I made the trail already.
Got it. All right. You're gonna have to wait a second. So we're gonna come back to you. I need you to make a stealth check for me.
Gotcha.
Jamie goes, yeah, what is it? What do you got?
He hands off this note that reads a poem from Mom. It says, there was once a boy named Jericho. He got grounded for riding a cow. Oh no. His no good friends didn't help him out, so now they'll do chores for us, no doubt. This poem will now delay you. I think one more line will do. Jericho won't come out with you. Now go get him, Bonk. Yahoo!
And you got a 15 in your charisma check here?
And it says signed your mom. Yeah.
As you hand this to Jamie, you don't have a solid insight, right? You didn't get trained in it quickly by Masa, but you get a sense, Alex, that of the three teenagers, Jamie does not care about what like Jamie is the least invested. And as you give this letter, Jamie reads it, snickers at the signature, and goes, I'm out. I'm done. That was incredible. Now any resistance to you turns and goes, we should chat later. It would be fun to like write together. And leaves and just walks out of the scene. You've eliminated Jamie entirely with that poetry. Awesome. We're gonna come back and for just a second, right? As we're kind of setting things up, the teenagers are running towards the house. We know that Bonk has now disappeared and is going to be doing a stealth move here in just a second. However, Doe and Lemon, how do you help Nelly?
Lemon, do you know if Donkey's like any of these plants here, so we can, lead it away?
Let's see.
She looks around and she's gonna look for something that a donkey would find enticing enough to jump over a fence for.
Okay. You looking around for a second, you have two options, Lemon, in this moment in time. You may, if you like, you can see what looks to be like a bit of like a stick with a string on it if you want. And you recall that you have the mundane rope with the hook on it as well if you wanted to make use of that. And you also see what looks to be like a switch to sort of like knock Nelly around to direct Nelly as needed.
Oh, I don't want to hit Ellie.
Oh, okay, okay. Oh. Hey, do you have snacks?
No? Remember?
I thought you got snacks.
I tried to bring snacks and the pizza thing got me.
Oh, that's bunk. Okay, okay. Hey Nelly, hey Nelly. She's like,
Okay,
she's just like,
Nelly keeps checking you out for a second. You're getting slowed down in this moment, but Nelly starts to sort of push against the fence, trying to follow you, and you can hear the fence starting to creak a bit.
oh gosh.
Either one of you can make a skill check of your choice to try to, if you want, get Nelly to push through.
All right.
Okay. Go for it.
I believe in you.
A skill check. Yeah, let's just. So that's a 3.
Okay.
Nelly,
awesome.
come
A
here.
3. You're still trying, and Nelly doesn't do anything. However, another donation came in for a surge of ancient magic.
Oh no.
Ground begins to quake for a second. I need one of you to roll for me a d6.
That's an 8. Okay. 1.
A 1.
Please be a good one.
Okay. You go, Nelly, Nelly, in this moment of time, and suddenly you hear as the window high above opens and closes as if like magic, slams and open and close. You hear as every door and every window in the surrounding area starts to open and close. The gate, the fence that you have Nelly pushing against, opens up for a second. Nelly, because it was following you sort of reticently, but it's just like slowly pushing forward, managed to get in the way as the fence then just bops into Nelly for a second, but the fence was open in this surge of prestidigitation that occurred in this moment in time. You feel as the ground creeps, and under all of your feet, black ash has started to sort of seep across the ground in this moment. Nelly turns looking at you here for a second, Lemon, and goes, "Yeah, I'm trying to go as fast as I can. What do you want from me?"
No, take your time. That's fine.
But you understand me?
Yeah. This is really cool.
I
It really
understand
is.
you.
Wow. Hey, do donkeys have church?
Yeah.
Wow. I told
No,
Mom.
that's a strong opener, kid. For you and me to talk, for you to just lead in that direction. Hey, let me
let's
ask you,
go.
do you have church?
I used to, but then our leader got in trouble for something called tax evasion, and now we live here.
Yo, you
Lemon, we gotta focus.
Oh,
Right. Let's walk and talk. My dad
Yeah,
likes
To the
saying that.
window.
let me talk to you about I-9s for a second. And you and Nelly start shuffling towards the crates here, but you manage to direct Nelly and you get to the crates in this moment. Alex, we're going to come back to you in a bit, right? But Doe, you get to the crates here as well. And you two both, as Nelly sort of helps you here in a moment, you can clatter up and on top of the crates here and get near the top. You've successfully gotten Nellie to help you in this moment. Nellie speaking is not what was happening moments ago as you saw that. However, the teenagers come racing forward. Alex, you can start to join maybe at the crates if you want, because you've now fully eliminated Jamie. As the teenagers get near the doorway, what was your stealth roll, Bonk?
It was a natural 20 or a 22.
What does it look like when Bonk does the grease?
So while everybody was formulating plans and after everybody said go, the teenagers were still like distracted for a second. While they were still doing that, Bonk fully like penguin slid across the ground for a little bit. And then she took the little green eye that she got, she put it on the first step of the staircase to get into the house. So it
Okay,
would be like a centerpiece for them to see and not see the grease.
perfect. You see as both of them come running forward as you had penguin slid along, right? You place your eye in the process. You see as both teenagers look, you see as Cherry goes, oh, what the heck is that? And it starts leaning, fully slips, eats it on the grease, hits the ground, but Finn manages to sort of slide forward, and as slipping forward, hits the front door of the house. Bang! And as the same prestidigitation happens, the door has opened, Finn slides forward, hits the corner of the door, and as the door slams shut, Finn is now inside of the house with the door, but has been like battered by the door in the process. The eye still remains sitting there for a minute, but you've taken out Cherry for this moment in time. Finn is in the house.
No.
Alex,
Well,
you get to the crates. You manage to see as everyone else is getting up there, and you see as Nellie the pony, the donkey goes, "Hey, I heard that poem you wrote. Nice.
Thanks.
All
You've
right.
got good ears.
What can I tell you? Got to listen to stuff all day.
Wait, I'm talking to a donkey.
I'm talking to you.
Am I talking
It's
to a
cool. They're
donkey?
cool.
And you see Alex
Fine.
like, we're talking to a donkey.
You
We're
race
talking-
up the you can see your colleagues are getting up onto the crates. What's gonna happen?
Alex will attempt to give anyone a boost on whoever's going to climb the tallest, or like try to stabilize the crates if that's needed. I don't know how stable these are, so
Okay, you're supporting the stabilization process here, right? You manage to kind of like just lock the crates in here as you start to get up there. Doe and Lemon, you're up a little bit higher at this moment in time. The window is, you think you'll have to get up on top of each other to get to the window.
All right.
Doe holds his hand out and to like offer assistance.
Thanks.
Let's go. Let's go.
I'll take
Up,
boosties.
shoulders.
Okay, you boost up onto Doe in this moment of time. What are you doing?
Okay, she's gonna try and go through. Well, she's gonna look through the window. Does she see Jericho inside or anybody inside?
As you quick look through the window, you can see, you can hear the sounds of like coming from inside, and you think you spot like Jericho sitting on a bed, but just like the corner of Jericho. You'll have to round a corner if you wanted to get there.
Oh, okay.
She tries to open the window. Is it
You
unlocked?
you attempt to open the window, and the window is locked, unfortunately.
Ah, come on.
She just starts like knocking on it.
Hey, Jericho. Jericho.
There, you see as Jericho sort of like is continuing to just cry and hasn't fully noticed you at this moment in time.
Oh, come on.
As you're knocking on the window, though, you do notice that what looks to be like a little piece of wood. You're a member of Squad of Copper, and you know that this piece of wood, it's moving like almost like a lever on the other side of the window. So it's inside the building,
Oh.
but it's moving like a lever. And as you're looking at with each knock, it kind of moves a little bit here. And you know, being a member of the Squad of Copper, that was probably put in honor of being like back when Jericho used to work for your gang.
We gotta flip this thing.
She's like hitting it to see if she can, if like more force could possibly trigger it from the outside.
Okay.
Okay.
You get one more hit in there, right? If you want, you can hit it pretty hard. Like if you want, you can really go for it here.
Yeah, can Doe help from where he's at? Is he
Sure, go for it. Yeah.
No, we gotta
So
hit them. We gotta hit.
you have to, you swing back, you hit the window. It bang, the loudest bang, right? Whereas the prestidigitation was this weird, sudden instant. This is loud in this moment in time, and you see the lever flips. The window opens slightly. If you would like, you try to clamber in. And at
Yes.
this moment, all of you here, as a $30 donation, thank you so much. Hers. Lemon, Doe,
Uh-oh.
Alex. Playtime is over, and you hear all of your parents arriving into town square. As your parents start to search for you, you must all, in this moment, give for me a stealth check, if you choose to do that, or any other check with disadvantage to try to dodge your parents searching for you. And I have to first roll search. Okay. Your DC, fortunately this time, is 7.
Come on.
11 for Doe.
14 for Alex.
3 for the girl who just made a bunch of noise.
Okay.
I got a dirty 20.
A dirty 20. Perfect. 3 of you are successful in this moment. What does it look like as people, you 3 start to hide? What happens?
I penguin slide behind a bunch of crates
Perfect.
and possibly near Jamie and use them as a shadow.
Great.
I just
Doe.
Doe is going to jump into the garden and take the copper pot of unlimited dance and just put it over the top of him so he looks like a flower or a garden ornament.
Okay. Immediately as you jump in, right, you find yourself hanging there for a second. As Doe has ditched you to dive down into the garden, you're hanging there for a moment, Lemon. Alex, you were supporting the crates in this moment. What does hiding look like?
So Alex at this point has to stop supporting the crates and then run around the building and like pin himself like against the wall, like you're making yourself small, right? You're like flat against the wall because he knows this is gonna make a ton of noise.
Okay. Lemon, what are you doing up there?
Hi, Mom. Hi.
You see as your mom and dad both standing there. They look a little bit like askew from the rest of Whisperleaf, a little bit separated out from the rest, and the garbs that they wear, more heavy robes, right, encrusted in various emblems. And you see as your mom goes, "Get down from there this instant," and comes stomping over, and you hear as Nelly the donkey goes, "Well, you're screwed, bud. Good luck," and backs up
language.
slowly as your mom reaches forward in this moment, grabs you and pulls you down.
Mom, no.
I was looking for you all morning, and you have chores to do, Lemon. Besides, it's not safe for you to be out right now. The Witch of the Wood is always around and is looking for things, and things have been weird recently.
I was just making sure that my friends were praying for protection from all the weird stuff.
As you're saying those words, they are falling on deaf ears. Lemon,
Come on,
if
Mom.
you're looking, your sister Cherry is standing behind your parents and using Thieves Can't Only Designed for Siblings, says, "I will sacrifice myself for you for a month worth of chores."
Oh,
She's just seething, and she can't pack.
fine.
All right. Mom, Dad, Lemon was with me. And you see as both parents go, oh my God, what happened to your clothes? Your new jeans. Look at those. As just grease is covering Cherry's jeans and clothes in this moment. What are you doing? I was just out here playing for a moment. Lemon had nothing to do with this. Lemon was just stuck up there for a second. It's no big deal. I'll take responsibility. The parents turn, and you see as all their wrath and sort of ire fall upon Cherry, and Cherry signs to you, Lemon, you owe me. You have a chance, Lemon, to get away.
Yeah.
All of you see as parents, the other parents, you've all dodged them. They've kind of separated off. That was your lifeline, Lemon. It's
Yeah.
gone.
She'll just really quick, she'll be like,
You're still a bad friend, but an okay sister, I guess.
and she darts off.
As you dart off, vanishing away, all of you manage to briefly reconvene. Even you, Doe, who you're noticing, Bonk, at this point, your grease is starting to fade just a little bit. You're starting to get more traction. And you all see as the window up to Jericho's room is open. And you hear the sounds of footsteps somewhere in that house. As Finn is inside. What do you do?
So the threat of parents is gone, right?
It is gone. You are safe.
I'm starting to be able to use my body as normal again. Not so slippy slidey. I'm gonna run over, and I climb up and down windows all day with the gutter. This is my home turf. So this little gremlin with big floofy blonde hair is just gonna run over and try and like climb up as best she can. And break for the finish. Get Doe, give me a boost.
Push her up.
All of you, if you would like at this moment, because the window has been opened, just can get into the room if you would like to do so.
Yeah.
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 Clambering up, the sounds of Lemon's parents just grounding Cherry at this moment in time and being like, where did that much grease come from? Vanish and fade for a moment as you all get into the room. You see as you get in that it's just around the corner, you'll get to Jericho here for a second, and you see Finn coming up the stairs as well, spotting you in a final foot race here. You all race for the entrance and burst into the room. Given that you all walked in, I need you to make one roll, each of you, athletics or strength based in some way, shape, or form, to see if you can beat Finn into the room.
15. I would like to rage.
Okay.
18 for Bonk.
Holy
Doe.
hell, Bong.
Doe.
And then Alex.
Oh wait.
Alex like falls into the room.
Perfect. Yep. Doe, you are first into the room and you beat Finn in. You have successfully kind of completed this maybe foot race moment as you get into the room first. And in this moment, entering in, you see Jericho sitting on his bed crying, looks up. Finn comes in shortly after all of you and says, the mayor said you would come. It's a trap. And you hear those words, you hear, wow. And turning, you see Mayor Briarthorn's cat, Tiger, tortoise shell fur, get up from the corner that it was hiding behind as you all enter in, you and Finn included, and it begins to grow in size as Mayor Briarthorn's familiar begins to enlarge and grow. And Jericho says, good luck. You're gonna lose. And you see as the cat raises up, we roll initiative as we enter into a fight.
Wow, just zero faith in us, Jericho. Super, super lame.
There's been a character development with Bonk just now.
Okay. What do we got?
14.
15?
14.
14?
9.
Thank you.
You first.
Go for it, Doe.
18.
Thank you.
Okay. Natural one.
Oh,
I
there you
decided
go.
that Bonk hates cats.
Yep, there we go. Awesome. You all you start going, Doe, you are first. You are you with the copper pot of unlimited dents, right? You turn as you as Tiger stands before you, much larger, magically empowered in this moment of time. What are you doing, Doe?
Doe is going to try to delay it for everyone else just in case we can possibly get away, and is going to attempt to jump onto the cat with the copper pot in between him and the cat.
Ooh, okay. The cat is too large to like cover with the copper pot.
Just trying to get it onto him.
Yeah, all right.
On
You're
his
you're
face.
starting to kind of block and you'll basically be taking the dodge action. I'll attack you with disadvantage
Yep.
at this time as you're sort of starting to block and try to defend in this moment in time here. Perfect. Alex, what are you doing?
Alex is going to, knowing how cats don't like certain sounds, Alex is going to start like screeching a high-pitched noise that hopefully will intimidate the cat.
Wow, wow, wow. All right, make an intimidation check.
Oh, that is a 17.
17. All right. You start screeching this sound as you hear as you're doing so, right? The copper pot's in the way as Tiger's like "Ah," and is trying to look at you and trying to get towards you here, but has to first try to get through Doe here. And so Tiger is going to make an attack with disadvantage to try to harm Doe. Doe, what's your AC?
Do I get the copper pots bonus or no? Because it's on them, not me.
While holding it. So you are holding it.
Okay, then it's an 18.
18. Okay.
Whoa.
You manage to like block and dodge with this for a second in time. And because you're hiding under it, is that correct?
No. So this would only be by 2, so it's 12.
Yep. So just a 12. Only if you hide under the copper pot is an 18. So
Oh.
Tiger swings, bounces off, looking at you, is furious of the sound you are making in this moment of time. And as their action or their bonus action is going to try to pounce on you, Alex.
No. No.
Lunging forward. Because you are trying to block things here, Doe, I'll give you an action if you want to try to react to the pounce in this moment of time.
Can I just try and grab the cat's tail as it jumps to try and like slow
Sure,
it down?
Yeah, make a strength check.
That's a 7.
A 7. You grab the tail and get kind of pulled with it, pulled backwards. The cat's too big as it lands in front of you, Alex, and its full ire on its next turn will be upon you in this moment.
No. Oh no.
Finn's turn. Looking around, Finn spots is going to make an investigation check to try to see the keys and to see Jericho. Looking around, does not see the keys, but says, Jericho, you got to come with us. Come on, we're breaking you out. That way we can get them to do our chores for a while. Jericho goes, what about the cat? What about Mayor Briarthorn? Not our problem. And attempts to convince, and looks like it will be taking another turn to work on this. Lemon, it is your turn. I also know that a donation was made by Doe's #1 fan to decide on a magic item. If you are watching the show, please feel free to post the what you hope would be a magic item that may appear in this game into the chat. Lemon, what are you doing?
Hey, seeing the cat is now very mad at Alex. She's gonna like, she's like, oh, what do I do? She reaches around in her her little messenger bag and tries to find her little grappling hook, and it's been in her bag, full of sticky and who knows what else. So she pulls it out. There's like feathers and leaves, and sticks all over it, and she just kind of like dangles the grapple end at the cat, like, kitty, kitty. hey, look! And she throws it on the floor and starts running with it. So she'll chase it like a little cat toy.
Wow. All right. I did not imagine that. Okay, making the horrible sounds from you, Alex. You managed to grab the tiger is immediately distracted by the string for a moment and fails its wisdom save to not go full cat for a second.
Yeah.
Us being a familiar and is immediately like, oh, I'm gonna get this. So on its next turn, it's coming for you and the string
Nice.
in this moment. Bonk.
Bonk has gone like full red face. Her eyes have started welling up. She stepped the ground and like, and like just pointing at it and angry, and she doesn't want to get anywhere near that thing. So she's gonna run over to Jericho, like just in a full like, ooh, like just in her own mini rage. This is more of a temper tantrum. And be like, "Where's your key?" Just like smacking it a little bit.
Perfect. Make for me a charisma check.
Okay, we'll just do intimidation. Natural 20.
Oh no! Intimidation?
Yeah, that didn't.
Oh, you're like hitting, and your grease, the little remnants of grease are just like spraying onto Jericho. In this moment, Jericho's like, "Oh, I hate this. I hate this so much." As you say, "Where are your keys?" and Jericho goes, "They're over there," and you see hanging on what looks to be like uh like a cabinet shaped to look as though it's kind of like a stove of some kind, right? You can see like a bit of like wood knives and other bits of things like sitting on that as well. You can see this cabinet and you see that the keys are hanging at the top of the cabinet there. Like just in reach, you could run over and grab them if you needed to. But as Jericho points, and with your nat 20 intimidation, Bonk, you turn to kind of like follow the eye line, and Finn has also followed eye line in this moment in time.
She looks over at Finn, just angry.
Finn starts to flex and is getting ready. And on your turn, Finns, we're gonna have a competition.
Okay.
Unless you ask other people to participate in this as well. We come to the end of the round and we go back to the top. Doe, it's your turn.
Seeing this competition between Bonk and Finn, and after getting drugged by the cat across the room, he's gonna go and like slither right underneath Finn's foot and try and trip him as he tries to do anything.
That's
Uh,
my boy.
You're gonna try to trip Finn?
Yeah.
Perfect.
If he tries to like come into the room, try and trip him.
Roger that.
Preferably into the cat.
Roger that. Perfect. Alex, the cat has turned. It's looking away from you in this moment. You think you have a second. You could get away from this cat without getting any repercussions because it is fully catting onto the string/lemon.
Perfect. Alex is going to try to slink away because he's terrified of cats. And assist in potentially tripping somebody if they come in through the door because I
You
see
too,
what's
huh?
going on there, and that's the move.
Perfect. It's perfect. I love it. Okay, it is Finn's turn. We're gonna bump your one up. You're gonna have a chance to have this competition here, and you have two colleagues who it sound like are gonna just become logs, tripping things in through the door.
I
Is
love it.
what I'm hearing Alex and Doe planning to do in this moment of time. Awesome. This is going to be Finn's athletics versus yours in this moment, Bonk. Let's roll.
Okay.
Okay.
I got a 10.
A 10. You start to we go full chariots of fire, slow motion, as you start to race towards the keys. Finn gets a nat 20, sprinting forward, immediately starts going. You see as the string is laying there, it's just sort of fully vaults over the string, and we have Finn's first obstacle. Alex, in this case, you are closer to Finn than Doe. Alex, how do you try to slow Finn down?
Alex is gonna do the like sly like foot out looking away because he doesn't want to draw ire of this teenager that could, obviously clock him. So he's just gonna make it look like he's not trying to trip with like a performance check, but he's really trying to to take this person out.
Okay. Awesome. We roll again. Oh, do me a favor and roll a performance check.
I just did 17.
17, great.
Ooh.
With that sprint, your foot comes out and you see as Finn vaults and manages to clip your foot a little bit, but is still staggering. Has not failed by more than 5 in this check, so is still kind of keeping going, carrying a bit of the success of that 20. Doe, what are you doing?
Doe, seeing that he's kind of stumbling already, is going to attempt to push him into the cat.
Okay, push him into the cat. Make an athletics check.
12.
12. As you go forward, stumbling a little bit, Finn goes in again in this chariot of fire, slow motion, reaching forward. Finn is now like rushing forward, trying to go for the keys, and turns looking at you, Alex, for a second and going, "You jerk." And then suddenly, Doe, you with the copper pot, bing, hits as Finn flies forward and hits into Tiger in this moment. And Tiger, who's been fully fixated on the string, when a cat gets touched while it's in like a hunting moment, it's pretty upset by that experience. And with your athletics check in this moment, Doe, you smash into Finn. Finn staggers, bumps into Tiger, who is quite large, and just jumps onto Finn. It starts to claw at Finn as both of them start to stagger. Bonk, you can run to get the keys if you want.
Yeah, I'm gonna kick off of Finn. Just while he's down, just kick it a little bit and then keep going.
Jumping off of Finn as Finn's getting attacked by the cat. Lemon, what are you doing?
She's still running with the string and she sees this catastrophe happening. And like I said, the cat is currently just freaking out.
Yep. Not
Two
focused
people
on
are
you anymore.
running.
It's going
On
after
Finn.
Finn.
Okay, it's going after Finn. 2 people are running. She's gonna. Is she closer to? What's she closest to? I guess.
Taking assessment, right? You can see that you could pretty quickly here like run over to the window. You're only about like 10 feet away from the window if you wanted to. If you wanted to go further, you were running out of the room a little bit in this moment of time with the string. So you would just like pass both Tiger and Finn in this moment. You see that Bonk has gotten the keys in this moment in time, and that your 2 other colleagues are sort of again about like 10-ish feet. You're all kind of equivalently close to the window in this moment in time.
All right, cool. She will just she'll go for the window.
Yeah.
Like, come on, we gotta go.
Running, right? The string and hook are following behind you. You have the hook going on. As you run, you can dive out of the window if you want. What does it look like?
Yeah, she's just with all the confidence of a 9-year-old who does not know enough to fear death yet. She's just out.
Okay.
Just full vaulting out.
Flying out, you see as you fly out there, you hear, "Oh, be careful out here, kid." And you see Nellie looking up at you. What did you say?
She says, "Hi, Nellie." She's like falling.
Well, falling down in this moment in time. Awesome. And you land, Nellie manages to shift and you land on Nellie. Like
Nice.
full like rider of the horse here in this moment in time.
Badass.
Doe, what do you do?
Doe's going to go to the window following, but instead of jumping out, is going to like hop up onto the window and side straddle it to try and like help everyone else down. And then he'll just fall out the window after him.
Doe is readying here. Alex, what do you do?
Sorry about the trip, and then he's just gonna like book it out and grab onto Doe for the assistance to get out because he's struggled so far athletically
Awesome.
with
Alex,
everything else.
As you're running, right, you say sorry about the trip. You hear Finn going, "I won't forget this. I won't forget this." And you come racing out
In Alex's head, all it is he really won't forget it.
you go out the window, go bonk.
Bonk, with a key in hand, looks over to Jericho. Get to the window! We're getting you out of here! And just trying to amplify that rage that she had earlier. It's so successful. Getting this older boy to
Scare
listen
him
to
onto
her.
the donkey.
Get on the donkey!
Jericho with a nat 1 on any sense of having
Yes!
autonomy, goes, okay, and just runs forward, sprinting forward right in this moment of time, runs towards the window, and you help Jericho get out of the window in this moment. Bonk, you follow Doe. As you follow behind, you see Doe as Tiger has turned, is still pinning Finn, but has turned, its eyes staring at you. And cats are cats. They're hard to read. Make an insight check if you really want to try to get a sense of what this cat's is telling you.
10.
A 10. It's not good, but you don't know what it's saying. You get the sense that this is not the last time you will see this cat.
Doe, as he's kind of falling out the window, just looks into the eyes and just says, and we could have been friends. And then falls out.
Falls out. You have the skeleton key. All of you land near Nelly. Nelly turns to you, Lemon, and goes, it turns to all of you and goes, hop on. I'll get you out of here.
Wow. It's talking.
Yeah, he does that now.
She's just like wiping tears out of her eyes.
Clamber up onto Nelly as Nelly rears back for a moment and then clambers away as you escape the scene in this moment. And as we come into our break, we hear a sound. Gong, gong. When you left on your adventure, you never paid attention to what time it is. But as the clock tower strikes 5, the workday is done. You know that Briarthorn will come home sooner than later. And you should go break in whenever you can. But before that, let's cut to a break here. I invite folks again to do exclamation point ticket to get into the giveaway that we will do at the end of this adventure. For that individual who submitted a magic item to be used maybe during this adventure, please feel free to post it. For some reason, our donation is set up where we can't necessarily see some of the things that you submit. And for some of you who have already submitted magic items, I love your submissions or other things that you're asking our players to do. I can't wait to see them eventually try to use Go-Go Action Robot and see what.
I'm so excited.
So let's cut out to a break here for a moment and we'll be back in about, I'd say 5-ish, maybe 10 minutes. Okay. Welcome back, everybody. Thanks for that brief break, and it's so good to see you all. As we come back into our adventure, you all hear it. Gong, gong, as the bell tower tolls. You know that there is only a limited amount of time before Briarthorn will come back. You have to get to her house to break in and to get that book of rules. In your possession is the skeleton key, a key to open any door. Jericho, and a talking donkey named Nelly, who you ride on Nelly's back, racing through town in this moment in time. Lemon, you are at the front of Nelly, so you can kind of make the decision of which direction where you want to go. As a team, where and what would you like to do? And then Lemon will direct you.
Guys, wasn't this how like Jericho got grounded? So like if we got caught right now, we'd get grounded. I feel like we need to get off this as soon as we can and get to the mayor's house.
But we gotta go fast, and this is fast.
Yeah,
He
that
got
looks
grounded for a
wow.
cow. This is a donkey. And this is his donkey.
Donkey wants to do it.
Yeah.
Also, we're talking to a donkey. Is that like a thing
Yeah.
now? It's
How'd
like
you do that, Lemon?
I didn't. I hope. Can I do that? Is that thing I could do like when I grow up?
I
Lemon,
think you did it. I think you can get there.
You
Yeah.
know, Lemon, from your parents' teaching
Mhm.
that there are ancient magics
Mhm.
that happen in Whisperleaf. And you think that even now you can see your old footsteps of where ash had started to sort of spread from them, from whatever is going on, maybe with the missing book of rules
Mm.
that maybe caused this.
Hmm. I mean, everything's been kind of busted since the book got stolen. Might be that.
Looking Looking
Okay.
around and off in the distance, you can see Briarthorn's house up on a hill. Should you choose to ride Nellie to it, you'll get there quite quickly. You can also go on foot if you would like.
Well,
Hmm.
the bell did toll, so we do need to move quickly. I just
Do we know where the secret tunnels are?
Do we?
At posing that question, the secret tunnels are in the well. You would have to go down the well.
Oh,
for
yeah.
them.
Okay, calm down.
What?
And then we can go in the secret tunnel and unlock anything inside because we have a key. Jericho, we don't
Wasn't
need
the-
you anymore. You're good. Well,
Well,
Wait.
should we
Jericho,
keep
do you know how to
Jericho?
get in?
Oh,
Yeah,
Into
where'd she put the book?
Into
into
the
the house.
mayor's house. Yeah.
The skeleton key would just open the front door.
Is that how you gave her the book?
Yeah.
is the people to watch out for at the front door? Are there more cats?
No, whatever wards she probably has, she knows you're coming, or she thinks you're coming. So whatever, she probably put magic, but I think the key would probably get you in without a problem.
Oh,
Is there a back door?
Yeah.
we should probably go in the front door. I always heard that people don't expect the unexpected, and that would be the spot to be.
you sound like someone I heard of named Casbin.
Who's
Sound
that?
like something. I don't know. My parents read a book about him.
As you say,
Oh,
look,
I think I read a book about him actually.
It's a bedtime story.
yeah, you as you say that, right? You're thinking about this character from Alamant, one of the nearby local like capital cities, right? And Caswin is like this like incredibly like very savvy mystery detective character, right? As you say these words. And you all are riding on Nellie in this moment, and Nellie turns to you, Lemon, and goes, "Right, so where are we going? I don't want to have all you on my back all whole time."
Oh, right, sorry. Okay, so,
Front door?
Front door.
Front door!
Front-
to the mayor's house.
As you race through the town for a moment here, as you are racing through town, you hear, and high above on one of the houses is a raven, much larger than normal ravens, and you see that one of Mayor Briarthorn's other familiars, Beak, is looking down at you. Watching as you race towards the front door. You arrive to the front door. Beak takes off, flying away. Time is growing ever shorter. As Nellie drops you towards the front door, Jericho goes, "I'm going to just stay on the back of the donkey for a bit, and I don't want to be here anymore. Thanks so much for breaking me free. This is all your problem.
Hey,
No, you caused this problem, actually.
I don't
Yeah.
want to take any responsibility.
You
it seems
are.
like
That's too bad.
seems like you don't want
You're
to be here for any of this.
you're the reason why we have to do this. Also, don't steal the book again.
I won't
Yeah, why'd you do
ever
that?
touch the book again."
Hmm.
And you're not getting this key back.
Done.
Forget you
Whatever.
ever saw us.
Okay.
Oh,
Bye.
you were supposed to forget like everything. So how did you remember the book and stuff?
I did it when I did it when it was still a faint memory.
Ugh.
Hmm.
You're a jerk.
We'll
I'm
have to
gonna
tell the higher ups.
Bye.
Willow's gonna know.
As you say those words, Jericho shuffles off, getting away from you. Nellie is like, "All right, I'll stick around for a little bit, but if you take too long, I'm leaving too. So good luck."
Okay. I'm gonna find you some snacks.
Cool.
Thank
You're doing
you.
really good for us.
You step up to the house. of Mayor Briarthorn. Stepping to the front door, who puts the key in?
Obviously me. I'm still clutching it with my sweaty little hands.
Yeah. As you place the key into the door, you pull out the skeleton key and you put it in. You see, made out of pure bone, the skeleton key slips into the keyhole itself. You twist it, turning it, and in that second, the key flares with magical light, shatters into dust as you hear the lock open, and 6 arcane runes on the door instantly dissolve and get dispelled in this moment. Whatever those runes were, you know in your heart of heart, all of you, they were designed for you. And they have all been dispelled because you chose this path and that key. The door opens slightly.
There's a
Well,
lot
go.
of
You go
flashy
first.
lights.
About
that
time
felt
luck was
bad.
on our side.
It's not
Let's
luck,
go.
it's skill.
Yeah, sure. We gotta go. Let's go.
Yeah.
Before entering in, Alex is going to look around and see if he sees the raven.
Missing.
Okay. Damn it. All right. I'll just go in really nervously.
Okay. Going in nervously, you all begin to step in. The place is dark and lonely. And a realization continues to settle on you that as you keep hearing the almost like echo of that clock tower, this is your only chance to investigate for this book. The second Briarthorn gets home, she is likely going to read it and then in that moment dispel the magic that exists in that book. For it is for only kids. That book is for kids' eyes only. And Briarthorn plans to dispel it. Stepping in, you see that there are a number of different rooms. There's a hallway directly in front of you leading out into like a larger room. And then there are 2 doors on either side of you that you can step through as well if you would like. And by doors, I mean like entryways, and there are no doors that like seal all these rooms off, so you can just walk through them if you would like. How do we like to approach it? You can go left, center, or right.
Bonk looks immediately overwhelmed. So a lot of this place is big.
We just have to move quickly and try all the rooms at some point.
Should we
Where would an adult keep something important?
my
Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Catch a tiger by his toe. If he hollers, make
mommy and
Eeny,
daddy keep
meeny,
my
miny.
important things
Left.
up high.
Stepping forward as you all are thinking, finishing your eeny, meeny, miny, mo, you watch as Doe steps forward, taking a left. Doe, you look into what is entering into this room. You see that it is the living room. You see that there are fresh embers that still seem to burn behind a grate in the fireplace, and they slightly illuminate the room. A small lantern hangs on the side of the fireplace, just within your arm's reach. And you can see that the embers are nearly out, probably an early morning thing before Briarthorn left to work. A dark stain of ash and smoke on the stone inside of the fireplace shows this like ornate pattern of stone carvings on the fireplace mantle. And in the room, you can see a bookshelf in the corner and a single book sitting on this sofa that dominates a large chunk of this room. A carpet runs under the sofa and covers over half of the room as well. What would you like to do?
Lemon, it looks like there's something weird over in the fireplace. Do you know those markings? And then Doe's gonna go towards the book.
Okay.
Lemon goes over to investigate the fireplace.
Perfect. You can use any skill check you would like. The DC is 12. If you fail the check, you will have a chance to spend more time to succeed, but there is not a lot of time left.
Shoot. Okay, it's only a 9.
Okay. What skill are you using? And if you choose to use the snooper zoomer, right, you have bonuses to your investigation in that moment. You have advantage on your perception or investigation.
Okay, cool. She was using perception, but so with the snooper zoomer,
Great.
7. It's even worse.
Oh, even worse. You start to look here for a moment. We're going to come back to you because you can choose to want to spend more time to investigate.
Because I think I might need glasses.
Perfect. You start searching around, though. You can ask for you have 2 more friends who can help you in this moment in time. What would you like to do, Lemon, before I jump to Doe?
Help.
Yeah. Does anyone else want to assist Lemon in this moment?
Alex, well, he just got trained in investigation, so he feels extra on fire for this.
The +5.
And
Yes.
Alex, he was trained, but he got a 1 on his roll. So
Okay.
I'm
You
still
also-
learning. I'm still learning. There was all kinds of things that they told me that I should be looking for, and I don't see any of the markings. And what did they say? What did they say? So
That's
he's just
okay.
caught up in his head again. What did they say?
Bonk. Do you want to try to knock this out?
Bonk looks at all of this going on. It's like, this is a really big house. I'm gonna go look over. It runs off.
Runs off. You 2 will have to spend more time to succeed in doing this. You can just tell me, I want to spend more time to succeed, right? And that will give you the success in the room. That's how this will go. As we go forward, Doe, you start to look, you're looking at the book, right?
Mm-hmm.
As you look, it is an occult history of Whisperleaf. Witches, warlocks, and much more is sitting upon the couch.
He's gonna take his copper pot off his head and like touch the book with it and see if anything happens to the pot.
Fine.
Then he's gonna trust it and he's just gonna flip the book open.
Okay. Flipping the book open, you pull the book open to see that like the first page that flips, and it's like one of those where the book flips open and the page slowly flips. The page, as you first see it, looks to be some sort of like arcane ritual rune circle. And then the book flips open to chapter 8, The Witch of the Wood.
I had an inkling. I think, guys, do you think the mayor is the witch?
My
As you
parents
say
said I
that-
shouldn't use language like that.
as you say these things, Lemon and Alex, you have to spend more time to successfully
Yeah.
what you are looking for. As this time is passing, we're kind of wibbly wobbly on our time a little bit here. It's more about how many successes versus quickly versus not you're doing in this moment. So we're playing things out and letting time stretch. You 2 have to dig around for a bit. And you eventually find, using both the snooper zoomer and the skills that Masa trained you in, Alex, you find a switch inside of the hearth. In this inside of the hearth, you can see that it was somewhat covered up by ash and soot, but you can manage to, if you would like, pull the switch.
Did you find something?
You see a switch in front of you.
Okay. Okay.
And
Okay.
Lemon, you see it as well. So
Is
if
it?
you would like to twist
Do
it.
you wanna?
I don't really know if we hit it, then it could do something. If we don't, the investigation said that you
Okay.
Just where Sean pulls it.
Lemon, with some conviction, pulls the switch, and you hear a sound of gears further down in the house, and what sounds like a bing from a piano.
What do you think that did?
I hope it didn't do anything bad because like every time this is not our house, and if
Well, let's go see.
anything's out of place, it's
She grabs his wrist and just starts running.
You two bustle fast as time is passing here. I'm gonna jump first to Bonk and then come back to you, Doe, as you were kind of looking at this book for a second, Doe, and resolve that. Bonk, you've shuffled along. Where were you going? You had a chance to what looks like go into the dining room at this point, or you can go further on into kind of like a more open space and see a couple more rooms.
Okay, so she would have gone to the right immediately, and if she saw it as a dining room, she would have been like, "Meh." Like unless there was any kind of cool like hammers or axes or anything, she would have immediately ignored it and ran on.
All right, yep. There's nothing that I think would have pulled your attention based upon what you've just described. So you can
Yeah.
shuffle on if you want, and you can see that the other rooms available to you in this moment look to be the bedroom, which sits right in front of you.
Mm.
To the right of the bedroom is a piano, an old piano, and then to the left looks to be the kitchen.
Uh-oh. She looks at the bedroom. Her initial instinct is, oh yeah. Mommy always tells me not to look in the bedroom nightstand because I can't and I'm not allowed to. So maybe that's a good spot. And then she sees the kitchen.
You go to the kitchen.
She goes, and she so, there's a bedroom over there, and runs to the kitchen.
Runs into the kitchen. At this moment, as you enter the kitchen, you hear the bing of the piano. You all hear there's a bedroom over here that you can travel your way to. As you arrive into the kitchen, you see what looks to be like a small sink basin, a set of cabinets. You see a large full range stove in here, and a set of glass bottles rest on the shelf. You see that a couple of them hold spices. Some contain like pickled vegetables, you think, and one appears to be empty as you enter this room.
Empty jar?
Mm-hmm.
She's curious about the empty jar. And she's also curious about the stove. She's gonna take a little mitts and grab for the jar first.
Grab for the jar. Perfect.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. You reach for the jar, and thank you for whomever anonymously donated to this cause. Again, for everyone else, please join in, donate, and weigh in this if you would like. It'd be fantastic for additional incentives to hear monologues from our players, and do it for the kids, right? Do it for these kids.
Yeah.
As you start to reach for the jar, I'm going to cut away from you for a second because we're going to have you get that jar sort of at the same time some other things resolve.
Mm-hmm.
Alex and Lemon, you exit the room and you can see that the other room is a dining room. And you heard that there's a bedroom and you heard the piano sound. Where do you want to go?
towards the piano sound reluctantly.
Yes.
All right, racing towards the piano sound. Doe, you're in the living room still, looking at this book for a moment. What do you do?
Does the book have anything specific to support his theory on the mayor being the witch?
Doe, in this moment in time, looking, you see that there's a lot of handwritten notes for the Witch of the Wood. One of them being, where is she? Who is she? She could be any one of us.
Okay. Does it have any of her weaknesses? Like, does she not like garlic or something?
No. You're like kind of scanning in this moment in time. I'm gonna have you make an investigation check. Actually, I'm not gonna say an outright no here. I'm gonna have you investigate this, and I'm gonna have at the same time, as you do the investigation check, I'm gonna kind of resolve a number of checks here. Alex and Lemon, you race over and you see the piano. This piano is old and worn. It looks like it's been played for a large while, right? But as you look, you see that one octave worth of keys has been permanently depressed down into the piano at this point. And you can see that on the piano looks to be like a bunch of different carvings, but there are 4 of them that catch your attention. They look to be what looks to be like trees However, one of them has all of its leaves have fallen off, and the other 3 still have their leaves. With Doe's #1 fan donating a little bit of money, Alex or Lemon, hook me up with a monologue.
Alex is ready. Uh, I'm a bit nervous. I hope we don't get caught. Things have been getting closer to us getting found out, and to be honest, this group is everything to me. Every time we go on adventures, I have something to look forward to, and these are my best friends. And what happens if this is our last time, or will I know it's the last time? My mom told me there'd be a last day that I'd pick up a toy, and I haven't picked up a toy in a couple of days. I wonder if it was the last time I picked that one up. Uh, what if this is our last?
Okay. It's
Hey,
just
buddy,
safe.
you're just kind of looking off into the distance. There you go.
I'm sorry.
Okay. You think those thoughts for a moment, thinking this might be your last ever adventure. You see these 4 trees, one whose leaves have now fallen away. At this moment, it looks as though the carving itself has changed from the other 3. What would you like to do, Lemon and Alex? And we're gonna come back to Doe and Bonk in just a moment.
What's up with the tree? You know, like everything else is the same. That one's different. Is there something that means something to you, Lemon?
I don't know. It is weird.
She would like to go over and nature check the tree.
Perfect. No skill check needed, just
Okay,
investigating.
sweet.
These
She's
trees
looking.
look to be a little bit magical, and whatever maybe has occurred in the house has caused one of them to change.
Do you think we did that with the fireplace?
Maybe. There was that we heard that key pressed, right?
Yeah.
I think I know what key that was. It sounded like one of my favorite songs. Can I go over to the piano?
Sure.
And I'll play the opening note to what I know was the Dark Parade.
The Dark Parade. Yeah. Oh, okay.
God, that hurt.
Incredible. Let me get back to you for a second. Bonk, what are you doing?
Taking this jar first.
You get your hands on the jar. It is empty.
That's less exciting than I thought.
Or at least it looks that way. It is corked shut.
It's gonna just. She thought something special might happen because it was an empty jar. She's like, "Oh, maybe," and now she's frustrated because her one thought of the day is turned out to be pointless. So she's gonna just rip it off.
Okay. That is when the sound of liquid inside of the jar sloshes.
Huh? Tilt it over cautiously.
It starts pouring out
What is it?
as it hits the ground and spatters, as some of it touches your shoe and your shoe vanishes.
she's gonna just shower in it.
Okay. You fully douse yourself with this liquid
Covered in so many
film,
things today already.
and you vanish out of sight, Bonk, in this moment in time. At the same time that you vanish, the stove opens. And crawling, you see the first lizard-like hand grab the stovetop.
I wanna I can't, I wanna close that. I wanna slam it shut.
It starts to rattle and start to shake as
I wanna
whatever
put
you
my
are holding
hammer-
inside of it is
I wanna
trying
put my
to break
hammer
free.
in. I
Okay.
wanna brace it Can I look at how to turn this oven on?
You think you need to get friends in here to help you do that.
How?
Okay.
There's a thing!
Doe. What was your investigation check?
15.
15. Doe, you're looking here, you're looking for weaknesses, right?
Yeah.
You learn that the Witch of the Wood is innately bound to this land. That quickly scanning this, you're kind of picking up quickly that like the Witch of the Wood lives off of this land and has been here before anyone else has. And as you do so, you hear help, and your foot hits the carpet for a moment, and you see as the rug moves that there's a rune that the rug was covering underneath it.
Okay. I'm gonna run towards the help.
Okay. You run over. Help! Dong! You play your one note here for a second. Awesome. You play one note. You all hear help, and with a $10 donation, childish confidence. One of you needs to elect an insane level of childish confidence in this moment of time.
I've got this. I'm gonna turn this oven on because I know how ovens work for sure. I've definitely never been allowed to touch our oven at home, but I know what I'm doing. I'm just gonna flip the knobs.
Flipping the knobs.
Yeah, looking over at Doe. I'm trying. There's a monster in it.
As you start to kind of like flip these knobs, it is so hard to work this oven. There are 10 knobs on this oven. It is complicated, this thing, right? And you hear as your hammer is getting hit by whatever's inside of it. You're starting to like flip knobs. You're just going for it. And for a second, as you're flipping all of these knobs, you see that nothing happens. Like it doesn't turn on. Nothing occurs in this moment of time. As everyone, at least Doe arrives, Alex and Lemon, you hear help. What do you do?
Alex books it towards the sound.
Okay,
Friend is in danger.
Lemon.
Oh yeah, I guess Doe doesn't even see me. Just see the knobs turning.
Lemon's still looking to see if the piano key did anything.
Okay, so you're staying for a second. Alex, you race off after playing the piano, and it takes a moment, but you see as that tree, after that single note gets hit, starts to twist around. Lemon, what do you want to do?
I just twisted it. She grabs it.
Cool. Yeah. As you grab it, you start to pull it free for a second.
What are you doing, little key?
And you see that it's the first part of 4, you think. Portions of a key.
Hey guys, there's part of the key. Oh, all right, you guys are far away.
Alex and Doe, you've arrived to just knobs getting twisted and the oven going and shifting around.
Doe.
I don't. The
Is that the
knobs are
action?
going crazy. And Bonk's voice said that there's a monster in the cabinet.
Doe. She's waving over to Doe, who can't see her arm. Doe, come help me turn the oven on. You know bread.
Hold on, is that
Where
the
are
action,
you?
action robot?
Bonk, where are you? You're a ghost.
I'm right here.
Sorry, what did I just hear?
Alex
Just a
hasn't
sec.
seen this kind of machinery before. His parents don't have an oven. Is that the action robot?
No, this is an oven, not a keg.
Oh,
It's
Oh, he said an oven. That's true.
I'm right here. I'm right here. I'm trying to turn the oven on. Just waving wildly, but not
What are you
really
two
familiar
doing,
with
Alex
how
and Doe?
invisibility works.
I'm flinging off of Alex's suggestion, flinging the oven door open and yelling, "Go, action robot!"
As you pull free the hammer, you fling the oven door open, and bounding out, you see Mayor Briarthorn's final familiar, a massive salamander.
No!
As you see slime come racing out towards you, it skitters across the floor as you say, go, action robot. two massive arms emerge out of the sides of this oven for a second as it begins to magically elongate. And you hear almost like the Voltron song starting to play for a second. And suddenly 4 seats appear in the oven itself. And the levers, all the ones you were pulling, all 10 of them, start to transform down and become 3 levers for each of the front seats and 2 levers for each of the back. And suddenly 6 legs pull themselves out of the bottom of the stove as it gets up looking like this big crab-like critter of some kind. As you all are seeing a magic item you have never seen before stand before you, but a gold mine of an item. And then you hear it goes, action robot activated.
Whoa!
Doe turns to Alex and just says, I've been waiting for this moment for like a whole hour.
Bonk Invisible is gonna grab both of you by the scruff and pull you in.
Yeah, we're gonna jump onto a seat.
I don't
if
know
we
what this
can.
is, but it's so cool.
You dive into seats. Lemon, you're hearing some stuff going down. And Lemon, as you're seeing the key, hey, I have the key. You turn and see both Tiger and Crow, and Beak standing there in the room as well.
Uh-oh.
And scuttling around the corner, you see as Slime the lizard comes bolting out of the kitchen, and all 3 of them hit each other and start to meld into one another.
Let's go.
Lemon, what are you doing?
What is that? Guys? Guys?
Lemon, get in
There's a
here!
4th seat.
She's just
A second
collecting
later,
feet.
oh, a claw
run it without
emerges
you.
from the 3 familiars hitting one another.
She just starts hitting piano keys, like hoping one of them does something.
Roll a d20.
Oh my god.
5.
A 5. Okay.
Mhm.
You're just hitting keys. You can keep trying as best you
Okay,
can. There's a lot of keys
okay.
up there.
Lemon, there's a 4th seat. Come here.
All
We
of
need
The
you.
animals are doing stuff.
second claw emerges.
Having
This
the
is the way to
invisibility
get
thing just
around it.
happen. Having the invisibility thing just happen, Doe's gonna pop his head out of the thing and say, Lemon, it's us, come.
Does she see a way around what is happening?
Yeah. You can get past
Okay.
it.
Okay, so she's super scared, but hearing her friends, she's gonna she's like
Okay.
running real
Racing
fast.
by, you then see the bear's head emerge. As all 3 familiars seem to be molding into a much larger creature. You race forward, getting around the kitchen. You see the 4th seat of the go-go action robot waiting for you.
See
Where'd
2
you guys
free
get a
seats.
robot?
Jump in, the oven door slams shut, and you see as suddenly a magical rune appears, and where the glass, like where you can turn on a lamp to see things baking in an oven door, now becomes translucent, so you can see out of the go-go action robot, and you can begin to drive this action robot if you would like. I need each of you to, I need 2 of you to make for me intelligence checks, and 2 of you to make for me what looks. Oh, I'm seeing here. Roll. Each of you roll. Yeah, 2 of you make intelligence checks. 2 of you make for me wisdom checks for a moment in time.
Okay, there's no difference for me. I'm equally bad at all of those.
Alex got a 16 on an intelligence check.
Okay.
I'll say Lemon accidentally sits on Bonk, and Bonk kind of shifts them over to the adjacent seat. Bonk just gets a 9 on intelligence.
Okay, great. Great. Okay, 9. 1 person with wisdom from the other 2.
Lemon's got
Good.
2, so if anybody else wants to
Yeah,
be
I got an
wise.
8.
An 8.
Doe got an 8.
You are all trying to put your heads together, and Alex, you're the one who you're like, Doe, you've been waiting for this for a long time. You think that these levers will control elements of this go-go action robot, and Alex, as you're looking at this, you are kind of putting it together that if you push up, they do certain things, and if you push down on these levers, like pull down or pull up, they do various actions that you will have to kind of determine and figure out as you go here. What lever do you basically at this point in time can you have levers, Alex, have levers 1 through 3. Doe has levers 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 for Bonk, and 9, 10 for Lemon.
Okay.
Who wants to pull a lever?
I want to pull both at the same time.
Okay. As you pull both of yours, right, you immediately see as the apparatus, right, this go-go action robot begins to kind of like turn back and forth, just kind of shifting like this. And then you can see as the lights off the stove front blast forward, lightening up the entire room if you want. And then you kind of turn them off. So you've determined you turn on the lights for this thing. That's what you do.
Bonk
Doe pulls
cannot be
5.
seen, but is exceptionally disappointed.
You watch as pulling 5, you get to attack. You are the attacker of the team. So your cause will start attacking.
Alex would pull 1.
You begin to walk forward.
Excellent.
And Lemon,
She'll pull 10.
pull 10. The door opens.
Close it.
You pull it back up, the door shuts, closing up again. As you start to as the go-go action robot, you guys can now kind of figure things out as you move forward here. You step out of this room and you see that all 3 familiars have turned themselves into a bear. As your go-go action robot, and I'm going to kind of like hand wave a few of the annoying, like figuring out these machines for a second, because we're going to just have the smackdown duke it out happen here.
Hell yeah.
As it turns, you see that your robot's glass window sees through the bear. It actually is seeing through walls this moment in time. Or at least it seems to, because as it looks past the bear near the piano, there was a wall that you originally remember there, Lemon. But as it looks through the wall, there is a room with a book in it.
Ooh. Is that our book?
Yeah. A disembodied voice says next to you.
All right. Let the go-go action robot fight begin. At any point in time, should you choose to, you think that this go-go action robot could like harm anything other than the bear if you would like to. But with the initiative beginning, the bear is going to go first. Your go-go action robot has an AC of 20 as we hear very like dramatic kind of anime level Power Rangers theme song action playing. You see as charging forward, the bear comes surging at you, swinging down a claw. And with the first claw, it rakes against the side of go-go action robot and it deflects away. But the second the bear swings down, blasting in and actually puncturing through a portion of the go-go action robot with a nat 20 and out one of the gears. Fortunately, is not one of the key gears you needed here. And you see, or key levers, and then roars. What are you guys gonna do?
Doe, you owe me big for this.
And she'll reach into her overalls and pull out the gummy, the little haste
the magical gumdrop.
candy, magic gumdrop, and hand it back to the one that could punch things. Say,
I trust you.
Doe,
She's sharing her snacks.
you're handed the magical gumdrop, Doe. What do you do with it?
This will not happen again.
Can I feed it to the robot?
I love the premise of that. You see that this is a stove. It has a little furnace in the back of it that is burning coal.
Let's go.
Everyone likes sweets, and he's gonna throw it into the fire.
Okay.
Bonk
All
screams.
right. As you throw it into the fire, the magical robot, Go-Go Action Robot, has suddenly gained haste. We are in season 2 of the power creep, suddenly boosting past season 1. As you have given it haste, you may make attacks with the Go-Go Action Robot if you would like.
Doe is gonna let everyone else decide what else to do, and is just gonna sit there and keep pulling the lever 5 just over and over and over again.
You can make 2 attacks. This is 2 attacks with a Go-Go Action Robot. And these are with +8s. Feel free to roll with a +8.
Ooh.
14 for the first one,
Okay.
and the second one.
And the second one, with the 14s on both attacks, you see as the bear standing before you with only an AC of 11, it manages to both claws, king, king. You do 2d6 worth of bludgeoning damage each.
Nice. Oh, each.
Wow.
5 and 8.
5 and 8. You see as both claws bite into the bear, into the Briarthorn's familiar abomination, and you see as the bear snarls but is still standing there. That was the actions of the attack, but we're now going to do move and like bonus action for Go-Go Action Robot, right? And bonus action is going to kind of fall into Lemon at this moment in time, and move will fall into Alex. Alex, as you're looking around, right, you can see the bear fighting right in front of you. You see the wall, or the wall you're seeing through, and the book on the other side. What do you want to do? Bonus action or action or movement from you, Alex?
Alex's action is going to be to try to go forward and almost like push the bear through the wall.
Okay.
Because Go-Go Action Robot, the theme music's playing, he's jamming, he knows this is going to work.
All right. Make a for Go-Go Action Robot, give me a strength check +5.
That is a 15.
15. You watch as the bear starts getting pushed backwards in this moment. It's digging its feet in, the claws biting into it. It's fighting, but getting pushed back towards the wall. You hear as Go-Go Action Robot is starting to kind of struggle a little bit. And Lemon, in this moment, we've given a haste. This Go-Go Action Robot's pretty good, but the furnace is starting to kind of smoke out a little bit. What do you want to do?
Should we worry about that?
She knows that the 10 is opening the door. She doesn't want to do that again.
Vent
She'll
the
see what 9
robot.
does.
Vent
What?
it, vent it.
Vent
Vent
it?
the robot.
Okay.
Oh, she'll
Like, so we want to open the door now?
Yeah, open it.
okay. So she'll pull it again. Everyone,
The
hang
door-
on.
The stove door top, as you do your bonus action, swings open, bumping into the bear, and the bear staggers backwards. Smoke billows past all of you for a moment, pushing against the bear. The bear stumbles backwards, and in this moment, it hits the wall of the illusory wall. And this bear is pretty large, getting pushed by Go-Go Action Robot. And like any massive monster fight movie, the bear immediately hits the wall, immediately shatters because buildings never. Anyway, and you see as the bear smashes through the wall, and in this room, you see many occult objects. But the thing that pulls your attention the most is the Book of Rules sitting on a lectern. All
Bonk
right.
is gonna leap out the front.
Bonk. You jump out yet again. You run forward. You can, if you want, grab the book.
Absolutely.
As you grab hold of the book, you all hear it again. Gong, gong. Time is running out. You can turn back if you would like and jump back in Go-Go Action Robot. And what would you all like to do? The bear is like slowly getting up, pretty hurt at this moment in time. You have the book, Bonk, and Go-Go Action Robot team. What would you like to do?
We flee.
We gotta go.
Yeah.
We got to get
I
out of
agree.
here before the mayor gets here.
Is there anything
Can
cool
we-
in this room?
Can we pull the piano in front of the wall?
Is there much of a wall
maybe?
left?
Oh yeah, Go
There.
Action Robot will help you let you move the piano.
Yeah.
Yeah,
We
if we
can
can.
pull in front. Lock the bear in the wall.
Taking a second here, Bonk, you are looking around. You think you don't have much time to steal much more from this room, but you
Okay.
get a sense that what looks to be every book in here is talking about something called the Witch of the Wood.
Mm.
You escape out of the room just as Go Action Robot shuts off the wall. You see as the bear reaches over for a moment and it goes. Is kind of trying to scramble towards you, and you can turn Go Action Robot. I'm going to ask you all a question here as we come towards the end of our game. Do you break through a wall to escape Mayor Briarthorn's house, or do you politely go through the front door?
I think we do both. We break through the front door with our huge robot.
I mean, can we take the robot? It's our robot now, right?
We have to return
have
the
to take
robot.
the robot.
We have a
Oh,
friend
right.
who
But
needs
why?
it.
It's so dumb. Why?
It makes sense to me that like his bear would have done that, and his bear would go through like a door, right? Because it could do that.
We're trying to frame it on the bear?
It couldn't. Yeah, absolutely. It's
All right.
not our deal.
Okay.
You know.
Charging forward with Go Action Robot, you shatter through the front door of Mayor Briarthorn's house. You keep scuttling along. The Go Action Robot's not fast. And in this moment in time, no donation needed. You begin to hear, "Kids, it's dinner time!" If you would like, you may hide Go Action Robot.
We have to. We owe it to a friend.
Okay,
Yeah.
so if we
Agreed.
does this thing get smaller?
No.
It can turn right back into a stove. You could just leave a stove
That's
out.
true.
Gotta find an alley. I'll dump the rest of this juice on it. Says in disembodied voice, holding a book.
Shoving it into the alley, you pour the rest of the invisibility juice and it goes and vanishes. And we come into the final scene of this adventure. The gauntlet. Racing towards the willow tree, book in hand. You must now make skill checks with a skill of your choice, DC 11, as your parents start to snatch you up. The book's power has not yet been able to protect you because it is not where it needs to be. As you run, I'm going to have first Lemon. Make your skill check, DC 11.
All right, she's gonna try to perceive any incoming parents. That's not one. A lot's going on.
Uh-oh.
In a scene where you all race through the dark, racing as the sun is setting, almost in a horror movie, you are running together as a group when a pair of arms of your parent, Lemon, snatches you away. There
Mom!
is three of you left, racing forward further. Doe, will you make your skill check? DC 11.
Also a 1.
Doe.
Oh no!
Racing forward, suddenly you see as almost again a parent goes, "There you are!" Clash and grabbing you and moving you away. Alex, you and Bonk remain alone and racing. The willow tree is just in the distance. Alex, make your check.
Performance check. I've seen people run before. I know what good form looks like. With a 16.
A 16. You manage to kind of dodge any sense of your parents. You are not just immediately snatched away. And Bonk, with advantage, make your check.
Invisibility, baby. I'm sneaking. That is a 16 total.
You both arrive to the willow tree. As you get to the willow tree, you know that all you must do to save your friends from being permanently grounded from all things is to put that book on the lectern and to say the magic words. But as you get to the door, there you are, as Mayor Briarthorn steps from around the tree, the final part of this gauntlet. Both of you must make the save one more time, starting with Alex.
Oh no.
14.
14 is a success. Bonk, you hold the book. Make the check without advantage. She knows you're there.
That is gonna be a 17 on athletics.
17 on athletics. Describe to me, you two, what it looks like to dodge Mayor Briarthorn in this moment in time.
So I think for Bonk personally, Mayor Briarthorn hasn't ever 1v1'd Bonk. So Bonk is surprisingly strong. She just runs up and just like full on shoulder checks this lady.
As you full on shoulder check, right? You watch as Mayor Briarthorn like takes you and is picking you up. You manage to, if you want, to throw the book to Alex. You are fully now distracting Mayor Briarthorn.
Yes, I throw the book and I'm just like using my greasy invisible self. Just
Alex, you get the book. How do you get in the house?
Alex is benefiting from this grease that is being left on the ground and just like goes into like a full on like slide with the book, right on his back, and like hopefully bumps right into the door.
As you bump into the door opens up as Willie opens it up. Hey on, get the book in the lectern. And you just keep sliding down the hole here for a second. You race forward. What do you do, Alex?
Put the book on the lectern.
As you do, the pages begin to flutter. All of you, Lemon and Doe, you are home getting berated. You are being held for a moment, Bonk, by Mayor Briarthorn. And as you see the book flipping around, it writes in the book, say the magic words. And what do you all say?
I was
just
playing.
Playing.
Oh, great. Our adventure is over and you all win. Congratulations.
Yeah.
Woo!
I'll say before that, Bonk was definitely screaming witch, but mispronouncing
Oh,
it.
that's what Alex was gonna do if you got in trouble.
She was mispronouncing it a little bit.
Well, since you all were just playing, no consequences can come to you. You have successfully survived an adventure in Whisperly. Thanks so much for playing, everybody.
That
Thanks
was
so much,
scary
audience.
at the
Hanging
end.
out.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
I didn't
this
plan on
sounds
being
fun, though.
stressed, but then the parents started coming out of the dark.
Yeah. And then
Well,
2 nat ones to start it off.
I was like, oh god.
Oh, that
I
was
wanna-
spooky.
I want to give a huge shout out to everybody who's been watching, who's been donating over the course of the adventure. The fact that you picked the apparatus of Kalashi, which is Go-Go Action Robot, to put into this game a legendary artifact, really was a lot of fun to suddenly try to think about how does that play out. And before we start closing out, we have just a couple of minutes and we'll give a couple of thank yous here. I just want to first say that after this stream, we'll briefly end the stream as a whole as we set up again to have a Trevor who's going to be doing the next part, which I believe is the Magic the Gathering part. So just hang out for a moment as we sort that out. Also, we're going to be picking a winner for a set of Phoenix dice. So again, put exclamation point ticket in the chat now if you want to get a set of dice. Those dice might help you beat Mayor Briarthorn in the future. So I highly recommend getting your name in there. And last but not least, I want to say a huge shout out to our cast. Please reintroduce yourselves yet again and your character. And thank you for being part of the Squad of Copper. I'll start with Andrew. Oh, you're muted.
Andrew Cran playing Alex Hansack. Thank you guys so much for having us. This was super fun.
Rayna.
I'm Rayna, and I've been Lemon, and thank you for hanging out with us.
Wolf.
Wolf, I've been Doe. Thank you all for playing.
And Max.
Last but certainly not least, I'm Max. I've been bonk for you this evening, and this has been so much fun. Thank you all.
And again, my name is Jake Huebsch. It was so fun playing with you. So as we go to our giveaway, I'm not seeing anything else in the chat. So Yang, let's get to this giveaway. All right, we'll give a 5, a 4,
4,
3,
3,
a 2,
2,
1,
1.
and let's do it. All right. Wow, it is Master Eats wins the dice, which is actually Andrew. Congratulations, Andrew.
Hey! Now you
Let's
can masterfully
go!
use this dice set.
Wow, that is incredible. So thank you all again for coming and joining us today. Thank you for donating for the kids, for these kids, and for the real kids who are actually out there beyond our just make-believe game. It is such a good cause, and please continue to join us in our next stream that we're putting on here just shortly. Thanks all.
Bye.